33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with the Butch Thompson pregame report.
That's a good Game 1 win against a really good starting pitcher last night.
Yeah, exceptional. You know, a guy that had given up or not had given up over 5 runs in any outing this year, and an undefeated pitcher, and you know, one of the most touted guys in our league for us to be able to get 6 runs in the first inning. Had a little bit of help, but just kept putting the ball in play and got some big hits. I do think 9 of our runs yesterday in Game 1 came with 2 outs. So just a nice job. 10 of our 12 runs came with that leadoff man getting on. And that was a big one. That looked like a tall order yesterday, but Alvarez was absolutely tremendous. Gave us 6 strong innings. The offense put up, 6 in the first, but 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and just kept working and excited. We've been working hard here for a week to be ready to come back out and have a good start offensively, and we absolutely did that from the first pitch.
And put the ball in play. Didn't strike out early, especially early last night.
Yep, especially early. I think we might have with 7. That cut in half from Tuesday. And if you look back to Saturday's series winner against Arkansas, we struck out 3 times in a ball game. So it might be a little bit old school, but there's still something these guys have got to draw into that and see where success is coming from. By being able to put the ball in play, and with less than 2 outs, it's you're at bat, and then with 2 strikes, it turns into Auburn's at bat. Pretty good job of competing in that manner last night.
Guevara right now is your leading hitter in Southeastern Conference play. What have you seen from him offensively since the start of SEC play?
Yeah, just consistently. I think when I thought he was struggling the most, because he's probably been our best guy for the whole year, is just those eyes venturing off to the left side towards shortstop and around and pull. And I think when those eyes are centered back on the pitcher or slightly to the right center field, that's when you've seen him just be able to, maybe get some off-speed stuff to the pull side, but really stay on that fastball and keep a swing conditioned to that right center field and stay locked in. So it feels like he's done that for a pretty good period of time and been locked in. And I love that with Fralick in the first inning. I could see that. I just remember him last year as a freshman hitting that low line drive the other way was so big for him. And I just think sometimes these young guys, especially our sophomores, think they got to be leaders and got to do more. And then first inning, just going through a lot of process and a lot of talking and a lot of resetting of being able to get that base hit backside right there in the first inning. So I think him and Rembert, Guevara, to your question, when these guys have that middle opposite approach, that doesn't make them weak or meek. That kind of sets right where they need to be. And the big stuff comes from, most home runs are thrown, and that's something that, we have more capability than what we've done so far. But in our growth to get back, it's getting back set to the middle of the field. And then, if most home runs are thrown, being able to lay off that ball that we can't do nothing with and getting a good pitch to hit is what's going to light us up to the pull side.
A day's rest this week for Jake Marciano. He has been, until this week, has been your Friday guy. What do you look for out of Marciano here today?
Yeah, whoever's on the mound throwing for us is our number 1 pitcher, and he's absolutely thrown like a number 1, and that's a pretty good feeling after a pretty good guy going last night and getting us, helping us to get a win. So we feel like we're in a great place. You feel like you got arguably your number 1 going tonight. So that's an exciting place to be. And, you hope when we pass that baton, that's going to be big, big, big. Maybe you could get Jackson Sanders in there and try to finish that thing up. That would be good. We did use Hetzler last night for 4 or 5 pitches, and he did throw Tuesday. So we're in a little bit of bind there. So Marciano to Sanders looks like plan A. Plan B is going to have to get some of those guys, and I'm going to mention it to the team. Someone new in our pitching staff has to be big this weekend, and maybe somebody not throwing the way that we wanted them to or the way they wanted to recently. A Brewer, a Kulik, some of those guys that are throwing the Tuesday midweek stuff. but have done some good stuff earlier in the year. Griffin Gray's probably another day, but we keep knowing and needing and seeing that we need a little more help in that bullpen. And for us to have any chance to win a series, we're going to need somebody new that maybe haven't stood up, a little more depth to our pitching staff, and somebody show up and be ready to take the ball and help us a little bit. And then that offense has got to keep rolling. I was tickled to death with L.J. Cormier just out of the blue, threw 42 pitches, but threw 81% strikes. I thought he settled the game when we tried to pass the baton and Jet got hit with the ground ball, which probably was a double play. We had Rembert sitting right there. But anyway, we were fortunate with a lot of balls that landed and stuff last night. But Cormier coming in there and giving us 42 pitches probably does help us save a guy or two, and then Hetzler cleaned that up in the ninth. Was absolutely huge for us.
Michelle, the best tonight. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
Some stare at the horizon, others chase it. Introducing Cheyenne, a Western fashion brand for women raised on wide open spaces, rushing wind, and a steady heartbeat. Guided by a timeless country spirit, Cheyenne offers Western wear and fashion pieces with a curated collection of performance boots and clothing fit for your next adventure. Cheyenne, exclusively available at Boot Barn stores nationwide and at Cheyenne.com. Cheyenne, raised this way.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
From the producers of The Crown.
You are invited to attend an interview, the position of assistant dresser. For Her Royal Highness the Duchess of York.
Comes a new BritBox original drama inspired by a true story.
As time passes, speculation is growing. Could Jane Andrews have killed the man she loved?
Starring Natalie Dormer and Mia McKenna-Bruce.
I don't want an ordinary life!
How long did it come to this?
The Lady, streaming March 18th, only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We will start with Kentucky. The Wildcats are 24-9 overall, 6-7 in SEC play. Nick Mingione playing fruit basket turnover with his lineup tonight. Only one of the 9 players is in the same spot in the order he was in last night's ball game. Tyler Bell, the shortstop, leads it off tonight. He's followed by Luke Lawrence, who bats and plays second. Jace Tharnish, the center fielder, hits third. The cleanup hitter is the right fielder, Carson Hansen. Tyler Cerny is at first base. He'll bat fifth. Scott Campbell Jr. is the left fielder. He will hit sixth. Caden Cloud, the third baseman, bats seventh. Batting eighth, the DH, Ethan Hindle. And Ryan Schwartz gets the call behind the plate. He finished the game last night as the catcher. He'll start tonight in that spot, and he'll bat ninth. Again, for the Wildcats, it's Bell, Lawrence, Tharnish, Hansen, Cerny, Campbell, Cloud, Hindle, and Schwartz. Now for the Auburn Tigers, Butch Thompson's club, 23-10 overall, 7-6 in the SEC, and it's a familiar lineup. A couple of pieces moved around a little bit, the same starters from last night. Center fielder Bristol Carter at the top, followed by the catcher Chase Freilich, and Eric Guevara bats and plays third. Bub Terrell's your cleanup hitter tonight, the left fielder for the Tigers. Batting fifth at second base, it's Chris Rembert. Eddie Madrigal, the first baseman, will hit sixth. Ethan Bingaman starts in right field for a second straight game. He'll bat seventh. The DH is Logan Gregorio, hitting eighth. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Brandon McCrane. Again, for the Tigers, it's Carter, Freilich, Guevara, Terrell, Rembert, Madrigal, Bingaman, Gregorio, and McCrane. These fans are ready to see Auburn try to win the series. We got the first pitch straight ahead. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Auburn family, it's time to join the coolest club on the plains, Aubie's Kids Club, presented by Chappie's. Memberships for the upcoming school year are on sale now. Your favorite Tigers Kids Club offers 2 membership options. They give you awesome gear like an Auburn t-shirt, a men's basketball SEC Champions medal sign, and more. Throughout the year, you can check in at Auburn Athletics events to receive points, earn prizes, and you'll also get invited to special events only available through Aubie's Kids Club. Head to auburntigers.com/kidsclub to sign up today. War Eagle!
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
The Auburn Tigers are on the field. Auburn going for the series win tonight over Kentucky, and they'll do it behind Jake Marciano on the mound. Defensively behind him, Bub Terrell is in left, Bristol Carter in center, Ethan Bingaman is in right field. Along the infield at third, Eric Guevara, Brandon McCrane, the shortstop. Chris Rembert is at second, and Eddie Madrigal is at first. Chase Freilich, as usual, behind the plate, and Jake Marciano, the pitcher. 6'3", 180, sophomore left-hander, a transfer from Virginia Tech, originally from Bayview, New Jersey. Marciano 3-1 with a 1.29 earned run average in 8 starts, 48 and 2/3 innings. He has given up 26 hits, 9 runs, 7 of those earned. He's walked 7, struck out 64, so better than a 9-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. He has hit 8 batters, thrown a wild pitch. Teams are hitting 153 against Jake Marciano. He will face Bell, Lawrence, and Tharnish, the first 3 for Kentucky. And we turn it over, as usual, to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, to get you going on a very pleasant Saturday night.
And our first pitch weather forecast, Brad, brought to you by Jackson Services. When your comfort quits, Jackson Services shows up. Heating, air, and plumbing done right the first time. Family owned since 1973. Call Jackson Services today and feel the difference. Jackson Services, delivering comfort, creating trust. 79 degrees at game time. Mostly clear skies overhead. Wind negligible. East-southeast, 3 miles an hour. Tigers in the white tops and bottoms tonight. Blue numerals and lettering and the orange trim. Blue ball caps. Blue bill and the orange AU across the front. Kentucky blue jerseys tonight with the white numerals and lettering. And the gray trousers with the blue stripe down the side. Blue ball caps and the white UK across the front. It will be Tyler Bell, Luke Lawrence, and Jace Tharnish to lead it off for the Wildcats. Tigers won here last night. And Marciano and the Tigers go for the series win tonight.
Marciano hoping to get a little more run support. He's Auburn's best pitcher in terms of ERA in league games. 1.35 in 4 SEC starts, but he's just 1-1. Some of that because of, and largely because of run support.
Tyler Bell 0 for 4 last night. Will lead it off for Kentucky. The lefty Marciano winds and fires, and Bell takes a strike down the middle. Jeff Wright works the plate tonight. Damian Beal at first, Michael Phillips at second, and Alex Ransom is down at third. Wind to the 0-1 pitch. Bell slices one down the right side. Foul ground. and out of play. Boy, that had some carry to it down into the corner. Bingaman couldn't even get close to it, but quickly the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Bell.
Yeah, and Ethan had a long way to go. Auburn's outfield is playing Bell to pull significantly, or they were before that swing anyway. See if they adjust that here. So, I mean, Bingaman is in right center field, basically.
To the left of the bullpen.
Uh-huh.
Bell hitting .316, 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. 0-2 the count. Lawrence and Tharnish to follow in the Kentucky first. Marciano works on the left side of the rubber. Now the 0-2 pitch. Bell fouled it back on a fastball that was elevated at 91. Madrigal at first, Rembert at second, Guevara at third, and McCrane at short on the Auburn infield. Marciano, another 0-2 pitch. Missed inside. A ball and 2 strikes. Came inside with the off-speed delivery at 80.
Last week against Arkansas, his 5th quality start of the year. 7 innings, a run on 4 hits.
Looks over the top of his glove. He winds in the 1-2 pitch. A little bit up. Bell thought about going after it. Ooh. Held up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Auburn thought it had a strikeout there.
It's over the heart of the plate and just below the belt. It was a really well-placed pitch.
Now a 2-2 to Bell. Fly ball deep to right. Bingaman with a long run down into the corner, and it is gone. A home run. 4th home run of the year for Bell. A leadoff home run for Kentucky. First time the Cats have led this weekend. Auburn thought it had a strikeout the pitch before. Yeah. How many times have we talked about that this year?
It's uncanny how many times. And I don't know that there was one more egregious than that pitch from Marciano, though. Right down the middle, and it's in the strike zone. But, Bell goes the other way on the very next pitch, and we mentioned some carry. There's no wind. No flagpoles moved whatsoever. He just muscled that one out the other way.
Here's Luke Lawrence, the second baseman. He was in the cleanup role last night. Pitch to him. There's a strike as we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Oh, a fastball on the outside corner to Lawrence. No balls and 2 strikes. And like he did to Bell, Marciano gets ahead 0-2. He wasn't able to close out Bell, who worked a 2-2 count, then hit a home run to right. 1-0, Wildcats lead it. We're in the first. 0-2 pitch. Lawrence chops it foul, past third. Nick Mingione, the head coach, mans the third base coach's box for Kentucky. Folks continue to stream into Plainsman Park. It'll be another packed house here and outside the ballpark again tonight. 0-2. It drops low. A ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, had the Plainsman Plaza out there again tonight. Had a big crowd sitting at the tables, just kind of hanging out, enjoying the outside, having some food from the food trucks. I hope that sticks around. I hope we have that the rest of the year.
Big
for home
Tiger
Saturdays.
Walk with the ball club through there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Marciano, the 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Rembert to his right, throws across his body, and it gets past Madrigal at first, and Lawrence is aboard.
Rembert had more time than he thought he did after the last hop was a short hop, and he gloved it just fine, but then he didn't throw off his normal plant foot, threw a little off balance, threw it low.
We wait for the ruling on it. Is it an infield single or is it a throwing error by Rembert? Regardless, Kentucky has a runner at first, a good runner, nobody out. Here is Jace Tharnish. He was the leadoff man last night. It is an error on Rembert as Marciano stretches and pitches. Fouled back.
Well, still in the incredibly early stages, way too early to make any determination here, but this is an inauspicious start. A home run and then an error.
Looks a little like the start that Kentucky got off to last night defensively. Stretch. 0-1 pitch. Missed inside. A ball and a strike to Tharnish. 3 for 5 last night. Run scored, run batted in. He is hitting a team leading .365 on the year. 3 homers and 24 runs batted in. Lawrence at first. And a throw over, and he is back.
You know, a team like Kentucky, if they get a lead, they're going to turn the volume on their antics up a good bit. Important Auburn kind of lock in here.
Another throw to first, and the runner is back. Auburn Bank is tonight's game sponsor. They've been putting their customers first since 1907. Auburn Bank, champions of you. And a warning for Marciano going to his mouth and then directly to the ball from the home plate umpire, Jeff Wright. A ball and a strike to Tharnish. A run home for Kentucky. Nobody out. And a runner at first for the Wildcats. Here's the pitch. Line drive into right field. That's down for a base hit. Runner will hold up at second. First and second, and no one out for Kentucky.
And both hits have been the other way.
Lawrence held up at second. Tharnish at first. 2 really good base runners for Kentucky. And here is Carson Hansen.
Clearly they have had a conversation at least somewhat similar to the conversation Auburn had as a team after Tuesday's game. They were not happy with the way they started last night.
Garrett Brewer and Marcel Kulik
Yeah.
head to the Auburn bullpen. Nobody out for Kentucky in the first.
Yeah, and that's not a function of being down 1-0. It's not a function like on its own merit. But Marciano not quite able to put guys away here in the first inning.
Hansen 2 for 4 last night. As Marciano stretches, Hansen shows bunt, takes a fastball high. A leadoff homer by Bell. Lawrence reached on a throwing error by Rembert. And Tharnish with a single to right.
Yep, they're looking for a big number this inning. Going to try to move these runners over.
Stretch by Marciano. Another throw back to second base with McCrane covering. No tag applied.
And no bunt shown by Hansen there, but I'll be surprised if he's not trying again.
Stretch by Marciano. He shows bunt, takes a strike. Hansen is hitting .254, a couple homers, 15 runs batted in. He is an imposing figure in the batter's box, 6'2", 220. Senior from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Transferred from Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Another throw back to second base. Not out of the realm, even with a left-handed hitter up there, that Kentucky sends both runners. Lawrence with 11 stolen bases and Tharnish at first with 24. And Guevara kind of hedging his bet at third base coming up. Stretching the 1-1. Hansen bunts it foul. Back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes.
Well, we'll see if that's a break for Auburn, that they now won't be bunting with Hansen. Auburn doubled up Kentucky once last night. They've only hit into 15 this year.
2 strikes. The infield drops back looking for 2. Marciano the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. He shows bunt again, takes it outside. 2-2. In spite of the fact that Mingione is the third base coach's box, the offensive signals are coming from the dugout.
Hansen has 1 sacrifice bunt this year.
Now a 2-2 pitch. Again, bunts and fouls it back, and he's down on strikes. First strikeout of the night for Marciano. The K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Well, Kentucky was determined to get a bunt down and move the runners along, and unable to do so.
Well, and a chance for Auburn to wrestle some momentum away here in the first inning. If you could get a strikeout of Cerny, or maybe get him to hit into a double play here and get out with only the home run.
First baseman batting .224, a homer, 9 runs batted in. 1 for 4 last night with a run scored. Pitch on the way. Fastball that is in there for a strike. That's already 20 pitches in this first inning for Marciano. First and second, 1 out, 1 home for Kentucky. And a throw back to second. This a little bit closer with Rembert coming in behind the runner. But Lawrence gets back to the bag safely.
Well, the hope is after this inning, Marciano's able to do what Alvarez did after the third inning last night. He was at 60 pitches after the third.
0-1. High with the fastball. 1-1 the count. It's not as though Marciano has been wild or anything like that in the inning. He's been around the plate. But he's trying to work around an error, a base hit, a homer.
Mm-hmm.
Another throw back to second base. They are really keeping an eye down there on Luke Lawrence. And with a right-handed hitter, even more of an opportunity for Kentucky with the double steal here, considering these two runners on base.
Cerny got his first hit in SEC play last night.
And he swings through that off-speed delivery at 76 on the inside corner.
In the league,
1 and 2.
In the league now, he's 1 for 15, and he struck out 5 times.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Cerny. Stretch, here's the pitch. It drops low, and it is blocked by Fralick. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Getting ahead of the hitters hasn't been a problem in this inning, but Marciano hasn't exactly closed out at bats so far. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cerny. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, it's fair down the first base line. Lawrence will score. Tharnish around third base. He's going to score, and it's 3-0 Kentucky. And now Cerny on his way to third. And he's in there with a triple. Boy, oh boy. 3-0 Wildcats.
First triple of the year for Cerny, just his second hit in SEC play, and another 2-strike base hit. 2 of the 3 hits in the inning have come with 2 strikes. Tried to get it in on the hands. Didn't get it all the way there. It was a late swing. It wasn't just the best swing, but he was able to nestle it just inside the first base and then right field line.
3-0 Kentucky, and Everett Tiefert is out. A runner at third, still just 1 out in the inning. And Cerny, who got his first hit in SEC play last night, gets his second. And it's a big one today. A 2-run triple, and Kentucky leads Auburn 3-0. Still just 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, you're looking at now a 30-plus pitch inning for Marciano.
Well, Auburn thought it'd have Bell struck out to lead off the game. Didn't get the call on the next pitch. He homered to right. Luke Lawrence reached on a throwing error by Rembert. A single to right by Tharnish. Hansen tried to bunt the runners over and fouled out. And then on a 2-2 pitch, Tyler Cerny inside the first base line, or the first base bag, and into the right field corner, plated 2 runs. And now Scott Campbell Jr., the left fielder, at the plate. Corners come in. There's a strike call. Campbell batting .262, a couple homers, 20 runs batted in. The right side of the infield, well, first, second, and short are playing up.
They're all coming in now.
Here's the 0-1. He shows bunt. Bunts at third base side, but it will go foul.
And the only out this inning is when Hansen fouled a bunt off with 2 strikes.
Well, last night we saw the starter for Kentucky that just could not work out of trouble in his 2 innings of work. First time all year. Well, tonight we're seeing that a little bit from Marciano. Remains to be seen if he can work out of this and what Auburn can do.
It's the first time he has run into trouble in the first inning this year.
3-0 already. Infield in, runner at third, no balls and 2 strikes, the count to Campbell. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning for Marciano. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1.
Brought it down a little bit. He'd been missing. When he's missed up and away, especially to those right-handed hitters. He's had so much success against righties this year. That one he brought down. He hit the spot he was looking for the strikeout.
And here is Caden Cloud, the third baseman. A homer, 8 runs batted in for Cloud, 1 for 4 last night with an RBI. He bats with 2 outs in the pitch. Off speed in there for a strike for Marciano. And again, it's not as though Marciano has been wild. He's gotten ahead of every hitter.
No, it's good approaches by Kentucky, too. I mean, again,
Sure.
2 of these 3 hits they've gone the other way with. Well, in fact, all 3 hits they've gone the other way.
0-1. Strike 2. Another off-speed pitch.
I would look for him to go middle away again to Cloud, whether it's the fastball or the off-speed.
Marciano shakes off the sign. No balls and 2 strikes, and he steps off. And as he did so, Cerny was coming down the line hard and stopped. 0-2 to Cloud. Here's the wind and the pitch. Chopper foul, he was out in front. 3 runs on 3 hits with an Auburn error in the first for Kentucky. Marciano with 30 pitches right now in the first. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging, innings over. He strikes out the side. 3 runs, 3 hits, an Auburn error, and a man left. Kentucky 3, and Auburn comes to the plate. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Enjoy baseball and softball season on the Plains with live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance. Auburn Sports Network broadcasts are available with no delay at both Plainsman Park and Jane B. Moore Field. Every grand slam, stolen base, and strikeout. Yours with no delay. Look for the live sports radio kiosk around the ballpark. Live sports radio lets you take the broadcast with you at every football game. Plus, home men's and women's basketball games, baseball, and softball. Live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance.
Let's be honest, senior living shouldn't feel senior, and it's definitely not all about yelling, bingo! At Atlas Senior Living, we focus on great care, great people, and yes, great days. And no one telling you you can't have dessert before dinner. Well, maybe once. And with locations throughout the Southeast, chances are there's an Atlas community closer than you think. Atlas Senior Living, exceptional care, even better living. Visit atlasseniorliving.com to find a community near you and schedule a tour today.
Auburn comes to bat for the first time, trailing 3-0. The starter for Kentucky, 6'4", 225-pound sophomore right-hander Nathaniel Harris. Nate Harris, 8 starts. He's 4-2 with a 5.40 earned run average. He's averaging about 4 1/3 innings per start. 35 frames, 27 hits, 21 earned runs. He's walked 18 and struck out 33. Teams are batting .214 against him. He's hit 6 and thrown 1 wild pitch. In SEC play, Harris is 2-1, earned run average of 6.27, 18 2/3 innings, 15 hits, 13 earned runs, 11 walks, 12 strikeouts. He's given up 7 doubles, 2 homers. Team's hitting .217 against him in league play. Scott Campbell Jr. in left, Jace Tharnish in center, Carson Hansen in right. Infield at third, Caden Cloud, shortstop Tyler Bell, Luke Lawrence at second, Tyler Cerny at first, and Ryan Schwartz gets the start behind the plate tonight for Kentucky. Throw goes down to second. It's Carter, Freilich, and Guevara to see what they can do against the right-hander, Nate Harris.
Preseason All-American before his senior year at Yorkville High School in Yorkville, Illinois. Appeared in 13 games last season, an ERA of 4.70 and 59 1/3 innings. He will get Bristol Carter to lead it off. Bristol 2 for 4 last night. Scored a run, drove home 2 for the Tigers. Now batting .344 on the year, 2 homers, 21 runs batted in.
Those 2 hits came in his last 2 at-bats last night. See if any of that carries over.
Third baseman plays even with the bag, and Bristol swings and sends it to center. Back is Tharnish. Couple steps, makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out for Auburn. A 3-0 Kentucky lead. A solo homer to right and a triple into the right field corner. Sandwiched around a throwing error by the Auburn infield. And here's Freilich.
Aside from or after that at bat, we'll see how patient Auburn is the rest of this inning. He's got about a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio against conference hitters.
Wind in the pitch, Freilich shows bunt, and the pitch misses high and outside. Second baseman Bell, 2 steps on the outfield grass. They play well off the line on the left side of the infield. 1-0. Strike call at the ankles. 1-1.
5 innings for Harris last week against Missouri. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. A walk and 3 strikeouts. He walked 5 against LSU in 4 2/3 innings 2 weeks ago.
1-1 to Fralick. That misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Chase 1 for 5 last night. Scored a couple runs. Drove home a run. He drove home a run in the first. Gave Auburn the lead for good. 2-1. Swing and a foul tip. 2-2.
That was the slider. Pretty sharp vertical break on that.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Fralick. Here's the wind and the pitch. Chopper to the shortstop. Bell charges, fields and throws. High but out. 2 down.
That was the 2-strike swing by Fralick. Shortened it up and then hit it off the end of the bat, so he couldn't get much behind it.
2 down for Auburn in the bottom of the first, and here's Eric Guevara. He's been Auburn's best hitter of late, regardless if it's in the SEC or outside the SEC.
Yeah, he's now the leader in overall batting average on the team.
372 this season for Guevara in SEC play, and Auburn's leader, batting .348 on the season. The pitch to him drops in for a strike. And the kind of start that Harris is looking for after he gets 3 runs to work with. He set down the first 2 men he's faced. 0-1. Guevara takes it low. A ball and a strike. Eric went 2 for 4 last night, scored twice. Terrell on deck. Harris, the right-hander, winds and fires. Guevara takes a strike on the inside corner. Eric looks back at the home plate umpire for a little bit of clarity from Jeff Wright.
Corners appear to be there more than high-low.
1-2 to Guevara. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back. Good cut on a good fastball at 94. Count is a ball and 2 strikes. Fastball on the last pitch. What does he do here? Came in with another fastball, elevated it, and Guevara fought it off and fouled it off the top of the 984 club down the right side.
Spoiled a pretty good pitch. That was up and in. He's, I would guess, gotten a lot of swings and misses on that pitch this year.
3-0 Kentucky leads. 2 outs, nobody on for Auburn in the bottom of the first. Harris the wind and the 1-2. Guevara pops it up, foul back here. Schwartz gives chase, but it lands just at the very top of the screen in front of the grandstand.
That was a hanging slider. Got some big numbers being put up around the SEC today. We'll get you updated. This is the last game of the day to start.
1-2 pitch. Foul tip, and Schwartz, I'm not sure he got a glove on it. It looked like it deflected off of his shin guard. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. 6,600 plus last night. It's going to be a bigger crowd here tonight. It's going to be
7,000.
Yeah, at least 7,000. 1-2 pitch. Popped up another fastball back here.
Well, he's seen the fastball and fouled it off multiple times, and he's gotten the bat on the slider a couple of times too since getting to 2 strikes. It's been the biggest improvement in Eric's game from like early March to now, dealing with the breaking ball.
5 homers and 23 runs batted in. He awaits another 1-2 pitch from Harris. Fouled it off. And did that hit the umpire? Did that get the umpire?
I thought it got Guevara, but he swung at it. Maybe it did. Now, I don't know. If it got Jeff Wright, he's not showing any ill effects from it.
No, he's not.
It was an awkward swing at a pitch up and in. Tenth pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Here's the 1-2. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Guevara won that battle, didn't he? his third hit of the weekend. A 2-out single up the middle for Guevara.
Well, you put a star next to that. That's 10 additional pitches plus however many it takes to get this third out of the inning. He could not beat him with the fastball, could not beat him with the slider. I think it was the fastball that came in about knee-high. Not a terrible pitch, not a bad spot. But Guevara stayed on it, and just a solid rope to center.
And here's Bub Terrell, 1 for 5 last night, scored twice, drove home a run. Guevara at first, a 2-out single. Here's the stretch, the pitch. Bub takes it high and outside for ball 1. 3-0, Kentucky leads it. We're in the bottom of the first. 2 outs and a runner at first for Auburn. Bub tied for the team lead with 6 home runs on the year. Now the 1-0. Lifted it up and out of play, behind us and out of play. A ball and a strike.
Harris did not get the slider there. And early in the year, Bub was maybe doing the best job on the team of going down and going the other way with something down and in.
Guevara lead at first. Outfield play straight away with Terrell at the plate. 2 down in the inning, the 1-1. Missed low with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike to Terrell. Well, at least that single for Guevara gets a couple more pitches into Harris in the first.
Yeah, he was at 6 at the beginning of that at bat. And now he's going to throw his 18th.
2-1. Outside, maybe a little bit up. Count goes to 3-1.
Good discipline here by Terrell.
Harris checks the runner at first. Comes set just above the belt. 3-1 pitch. Bub takes it outside. I guess pretty close.
Yeah.
It's a 2-out walk.
If he's a right-handed batter, it might be a strike.
So Terrell to first, Guevara to second. Here's Chris Rembert.
Like this move of Rembert dropping into the 5-hole tonight. Usually we see him second or third, and now an early mound visit for the Kentucky pitching coach.
Dan Roselle.
Yeah. Now, Rembert the last couple of games has struggled a bit. More strikeouts in the last 2 than any other 2-game stretch this season. So he's such a guy that studies pitchers and what he's seeing. So you give him a couple of extra at bats this inning to gather data, see if he can do something with it here with 2 outs.
He was able to retire Carter on the first pitch, a fly ball to center. Went to 2-2 on Fralick before he bounced out to the shortstop. On a 1-2 pitch, Guevara singled up the middle. It's quite a battle.
Yeah.
About 4 straight foul balls for Guevara before he singled. Yep. And then Terrell walked on a 3-1 count. And now Rembert to the plate for Auburn. 1 for 5 last night. Runners get their leads at first and second with 2 down. The pitch. It misses low. 1-0.
Started him with a fastball. Kentucky's pitchers had success with the fastball against Rembert last night.
Chris batting .308 with 3 homers and 23 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch. Held up on a slider that missed low. Maybe outside and appeal to first. Damian Beal said he did not offer it the pitch. 2-0.
It's a fastball count. See if Rembert zeroes in on a zone here.
Harris comes set. 2-0 pitch. Foul or ground ball to the shortstop. On the short hop. Throws to first to get Rembert. The inning comes to a close.
It's Harris with a fastball count. I think he got Rembert looking for that, and he threw him a slider instead.
No runs on a hit. No errors. 2 men left for Auburn. Through 1, Kentucky leads Auburn by a score of 3-0. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Kentucky sent 7 men to the plate in the first, scored 3 runs on 3 hits with an error. Worked out of a jam in the bottom of the first. Cats lead at 3-0 here in the second. Second inning course tonight, presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you. With Brad Law, Quinn Burkeen in our Skyview Auburn studios, I'm Andy Burcham. It will be Hindle, Schwartz, and then the top of the order, Bell, to face Marciano, who needed 31 pitches to get through the first.
That first inning is any indication. Both bullpens are going to be very active in tonight's ball game.
You're right. Hindle 1 for 3 last night, RBI and a run scored. Pitch from Marciano. Swings and misses.
Started him with a changeup. Kentucky wanted to go out, be aggressive to start this inning offensively, so Marciano threw the change.
Guevara playing up. Hindle's their best power guy. 6 homers and 32 runs batted in. 0-1. Fastball, strike.
He has lowered the trajectory of the landing spot of the fastball since that first inning. He's gotten it down.
0-2. Wind and delivery. Hindle fouls it back. Getting ahead of the hitters in the first wasn't the problem for Marciano. It was closing out the at-bat. Now, he did strike out the side in the first.
Right. Including the last 2 batters of the inning after the adjustment.
0-2 to Hindle. High and deep to left, and that's gone. On an 0-2 pitch, his 7th home run of the year, and it's 4-0 Kentucky.
That was a changeup. And we'll look for the replay to see where it was, but likely wasn't where Jake wanted it.
Second straight inning in which Kentucky has led off the inning with a homer.
On a 2-strike pitch.
Yeah. 0-2 pitch this time. It was a 2-2 pitch for Bell in the first.
Thigh high, outer half.
Yeah. Here's the catcher Schwartz pitch, and he sends one to deep left field. And it's 5-0 Kentucky.
That was another changeup, middle half, thigh high. That was the exact same pitch in the exact same spot.
And it is last night in reverse right now, friends. His 3rd home run of the year for Schwartz, and a no-doubter over the War Eagle wall to left. My goodness, 5-0 Kentucky. Nobody out, and here's Tyler Bell. He homered in the first. Wind and the pitch. Bell, base hit to left. And whatever Jake Marciano is serving up right now, Kentucky is all over it.
That was too predictable. You knew Jake couldn't throw him another changeup. He couldn't start a 3rd straight at bat with a changeup after back-to-back pitches were hit out of the ballpark. So Bell could sit on the fastball, and SEC hitters are going to hit it.
And the Auburn bullpen is active. I think that's Marcel Kulik, as Everett Tiefert is out of the Auburn dugout.
Well, you always have a plan A, but if plan A doesn't work, you have to adjust. And Butch Thompson earlier today with you talked about how plan A was to bring Jackson Sanders, but 5-0 in the second inning. Plan A has changed.
Yeah, plan B right now is Kulik warming up in the Auburn pen. And it's just been an off night for Marciano.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've seen this all year.
Yep.
And Kentucky could say the same thing last night about Jackson Jelkin.
It's crazy how one game has literally nothing to do with the next one, good or bad, win or lose.
So a runner at first, 2 more runs home for Kentucky in the top of the second. It's a 5-0 UK lead, and here's Luke Lawrence, who reached on an error and scored in the first. Marciano the stretch. Here's the pitch. Bunted, first base side. Madrigal will take it to the bag, and Bell down to second base on the sacrifice by Lawrence. Kentucky with 3 home runs tonight. 3 home runs in the first 2 innings tonight. They came in with 10 total home runs in the SEC. So a runner down at second, 1 out. Here's Tharnish. A single to right in the first inning. And there's a pitch, and it's a strike from Marciano. 5 runs on 6 hits already for Kentucky.
It's just the 3rd time this year that Auburn has given up 3 home runs in a game.
Pitch. Lifted up and out of play over the grandstand and on to Donahue. Right side, no balls and 2 strikes to Tharnish. It was an 0-2 pitch to Hindle that he hit out of the ballpark to open this inning. The next pitch, Schwartz hit it out. The next pitch, Bell singled to left. He's down at second base with 1 out. A throw back there with Rembert covering. A sacrifice by Lawrence sent Bell to second. And now no balls and 2 strikes to Jace Tharnish. Stretch in the pitch. Swing and a drive into deep right. Back at the warning track is Bingaman. Makes the catch. Runner at second tags, and he will get to third base.
That ball was hit well.
2 outs, a runner at third. And Carson Hansen to the plate. He struck out trying to bunt in the first. He was trying to bunt runners along and fouled out on a bunt attempt. Bell at third with 2 down. Marciano shakes off a sign. Works from the right side of the rubber and comes home. And there's a strike on a fastball. 5-0 Kentucky, top of the second, 2 outs and a runner at third. Jake comes set, 0-1. Line drive up the left side, curving and foul by about a foot. Close to being 6-0 on that play.
Very clearly tonight the approach from Kentucky. Now the 2 homers from righties were blasted over the Warrior wall. Those were pulled. But Kentucky has had a much more intentional approach about going opposite field tonight, and Hansen almost got him extra bases doing that same thing.
No balls and 2 strikes to Hansen.
Terrell's playing toward the canyon.
Now a couple steps over. 0-2 to Carson Hansen. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call. Inning comes to a close. 4th strikeout of the night for Marciano. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the second. Kentucky lengthens its lead. Wildcats lead Auburn 5-0. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Affordable Comfort Cooling Systems and Plumbing, we believe our work is more than just AC and plumbing repairs. It's about serving people with integrity and care. As a Christian-owned company, we take Colossians 3:23 to heart. Whatever you do, work at it all with your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. That's why at ACCS and Plumbing, we do the job right the first time and always stand behind our work. As a proud Ream dealer, we're committed to offering top-quality products and faith-driven values. Give us a call today or visit accsauburn.com to learn more. That's accsauburn.com.
Alabama license number 12084.
Life moves fast. Shouldn't your checking account keep up? Meet Explore Checking from Max Credit Union. No monthly fees, no minimum balance requirement. Enjoy perks like access to your paycheck up to 2 days early, earning rewards that can be turned into cash each time you spend with your Max debit card. Plus, with 24/7 digital banking and an easy-to-use mobile app, managing your money is quick and effortless. Start exploring today at mymax.com/explore. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's now 5-run lead for Nate Harris as Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the second. You can listen to all things SEC, including live games and SEC This Morning. Tune to SiriusXM SEC Radio Channel 374 and streaming on the SiriusXM app. 3 home runs in the first 2 innings for the Wildcats. They've all been solo home runs. Kentucky leads it 5-0. And it will be Madrigal, Bingaman, and Gregorio for Auburn here in the second.
This is a part of the lineup that was really productive last night.
Madrigal went 3 for 4 with a couple runs batted in. Wind and the pitch. Down and in for ball 1. Eddie's best night in an Auburn uniform with his first 3-hit game at Auburn. Drove home a couple. And back in the lineup at first base tonight. Right-hander, Harris to the lefty, and Madrigal fouls off the off-speed delivery. A ball and a strike.
His first 3-hit game as a Tiger last night, his second double.
Pitch, swing, drive, right center field, and a caught. Nicely played by Tharnish, who ran it down in the gap.
It's about 3 now because he had a couple last night where he turned on the accelerator late to make the catch on a ball that you thought was going to get down. And I thought that was headed maybe for the wall and extra bases, but he hit another gear toward the back end of his chasing down that ball.
1 down, and here's Bingaman. Ethan went 3 for 3 last night. Winding the pitch. Slider in there for a strike. Bingaman scored 3 times and drove home 3 last night, the 0-1. Fastball, strike 2. Nobody on, 1 down for Auburn in the second, the 0-2. Bingaman swings and misses, struck out on 3 pitches.
Best slider Harris has thrown so far. A lot more lateral, swift break.
2 down and nobody on, and here's Logan Gregorio. Gregorio was the only starter for Auburn last night that did not have a base hit. He was 0 for 4. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on in the Auburn second. Here's the wind and the pitch. High and away for ball 1. Harris, the wind and the 1-0 pitch. It's upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes to the Auburn DH. Batting .219, a homer, 7 runs batted in. Brandon McCrane on deck in case Logan can do something here with 2 down. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a pitch that was down in the strike zone. 2-1.
And Harris has already walked 1. He struggled with his control in conference play, and there's just been a lot of early count contact by Auburn here in the first 2 innings.
2-1. Gregorio, base hit, third base side. Into left field. Left fielder Campbell's over to get it. Gregorio with a big turn, but he'll hold up at first. Went the opposite way inside the third base bag. Nice job by Campbell to keep Gregorio to a single.
It was. That's a good veteran at bat by Gregorio. He didn't try to get too big and pulled it. Had some room up the third base line. Yeah, pitch was middle away, and he took it there. Well off the line was Cloud, so plenty of room to shoot that ball through into left field.
There's Brandon McCrane, 2 for 3 last night. Run scored and an RBI. He bats with 2 outs, and Gregorio at first. Tigers trail 5-0. Here comes the pitch. Inside, ball 1.
And McCrane typically has no trouble being patient, earning strikes.
Harris comes set in the pitch. Chopper to the shortstop. Charges. Fields throws across his body low and safe as the ball gets away. He might have been safe anyway, Brad.
I think he was going to be. McCrane runs so well. Fastest guy out there aside from Bristol Carter. And Bell didn't charge it enough. He fielded the short hop on the third bounce. And he had to rush his throw, and I think McCrane would have beat it anyway.
And runners at first and second with 2 down. Second, same scenario as Auburn in the first inning.
Would have been a bang-bang play.
Right.
It's a hit.
So runners at first and second for Auburn, 2 outs, and here's Bristol Carter the pitch. Strike call on the inside corner. Bristol didn't think so. Gregorio at second and McCrane at first. They're there with 2 down. 0-1 the count. Carter, a fly ball to center. Back in the first. Here's the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 0-2. That was a good pitch from Harris. Got the call on the inside corner, then found the outside corner to get to 0-2. 2 down. Runners at first and second for Auburn. 0-2 pitch. High with a fastball. A ball and 2 strikes to Bristol.
Up and in with a fastball. You got to look down and away with that slider. Same pitch he got Bingaman on for the second out.
Pretty good hold on the right side of the infield. They play the shift to the left side with the Kentucky infield. Now the 1-2. On away, and it gets by the catcher, and the runners move up to second and third. I don't think it matters who's catching, trying to get that one. But this is not a normal catcher for Kentucky. I think this is just his 4th game to catch for UK and Ryan Schwartz. That bounced up there. He went to the backhand, couldn't get it. A wild pitch. Now a couple runs score on a base hit from Carter. 2-2. Popped it up. Left side, just on the edge of the outfield grass. Third baseman makes the catch, and the inning comes to a close for Auburn. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. Auburn has stranded 4 in the first 2 innings. The Tigers trail 5-0. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
5-0. Kentucky comes to the plate in the top half of the third.
Let's update the Yellowwood scoreboard. Texas A&M has taken the first 2 games against Texas. Aggies blasted the Longhorns 11-4. They got 7 or 8 in the first inning in that game that had a weather delay for a little more than an hour. So A&M beats Texas 11-4. Oklahoma wins the rubber game at Vanderbilt 6-5. Sooners got a hit in the 8th to score the go-ahead and the winning run. South Carolina sweeps Missouri in Como 6-4 the final today. Georgia evens the series with Florida with a 5-1 win over the Gators in Athens. Arkansas pounded Alabama 15-6. Arkansas has won the first 2 in that series. And Ole Miss blasted LSU 12-2. Rebels have won the first 2 against the Fighting Tigers on the Yellowwood scoreboard.
45th pitch of the night for Marciano is a strike to Tyler Cerny. A 2-run triple in the first. Otherwise, the Cats have hit 3 solo home runs and lead at 5-0. Wine in the pitch. Misses low, a ball and a strike. Wildcats have led off each of the first 2 innings with homers. They've done all of their damage early in the inning and lead 5-0. Here's the 1-1 to Cerny. Drops low, 2 balls and a strike. Auburn, on the other hand, Hasn't been able to get a runner aboard before 2 outs in its first 2 innings. Has had 2 runners aboard in each of those innings, but have not been able to get the 2-out hit tonight. 2-1 pitch. Cerny pops it up, foul. We'll get back here.
By the way, one other score on the Yellowwood scoreboard, the only other game in progress. Tennessee leads Mississippi State 5-1, top of the 7th. Bulldogs trying to avoid a 5th straight SEC loss.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Cerny. Wind and the pitch. Hit him. Jamie, Christmas. It's not unusual for this team to get hit by pitches. They lead the world in it.
And it's the 9th for Marciano this year. But, man, everything with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
You're wasting a lot of pitches to lose guys eventually.
Tonight's 3rd inning presented by the Vance Law Firm. At the Vance Law Firm, they say dial 3 for me, 334-333-3333. Here's Scott Campbell Jr., a strikeout victim in the first. Pitch on the way. Misses inside. Five runs on 6 hits for Kentucky. An Auburn error aided in 1 unearned run tonight. Campbell at first, 11 stolen bases this year. The pitch. Strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
What was it Tim Hudson said about his the way that he approached Major League pitching? About 10 starts, about 2 or 3 you feel really good.
Throw to first, runner. He felt 3 times out of 10 he went to the hill and he knew that he had it, and there was nothing that they could do about it.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 times where he went to the hill and he knew he was in some trouble. It was those other 3 times you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
1-1. Line drive. Up and over the Yeti yard and off of the parking deck off the left side.
It is like they are sitting on the changeup. They have done their most damage tonight on changeups.
A ball and 2 strikes to Campbell. Marciano stretches. Here comes the pitch. Got him swinging with the fastball. That is the 5th strikeout of the night for Marciano. The K counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1.
Yeah. Elevated the fastball. It's not the velocity that gets you, it's the location and mixing the pitches.
It's the plane.
Mm-hmm. De plane.
Thank you, Tattoo. Here's Caden Cloud, the 3rd baseman. He struck out in the first. Cerny at first with 1 down. Stretch in the pitch. Fastball, strike. 5-0 the lead for Kentucky. 3 in the first, 3 in the first and 2 in the second. Marciano stretches. 0-1 to Cloud. Off the end of the bat to right. Back is Bingaman at the warning track. Makes the catch for the out. Probably wasn't as down off the end of the bat as I thought.
It sounded like it was off the end of the bat. Everything hit to right, though, has looked effortlessly to the warning track.
And there's no wind to speak of tonight.
No.
2 outs. And here's Ethan Hindle. He led off the 3rd with a monster home run to left on an 0-2 pitch. He bats with 2 outs here in the 3rd. Marciano trying to work through his first scoreless inning and throws to first, and Cerny is back.
Pretty gutty effort here if he can get out of this without allowing a run in the 3rd. Just to keep plugging away.
Stretch. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into deep right field, down the line, curving, and plenty of distance, but foul. To the right of the foul pole down there.
Well, he's got power. Not a good average in SEC play, but he's now homered twice and he has 3 doubles in the league.
No balls and a strike to Hindle. Stretch. Throw to first. Cerny had taken 1 step to second base but got back to the bag in time.
Hindle, their leader in RBIs, and they've got him in the 8-hole back-to-back games.
0-1. Foul back. That was the change, but it was located well.
Yeah, low and away.
And the count is 0-2 to Hindle. Well, it was 0-2 in the second inning, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he went back to the change.
Every one of Kentucky's hits in this ball game except 2 have been with 2 strikes.
He's going to sit fastball.
0-2. And he drives one into deep center field. Carter is back at the warning track. He has room and makes the catch. And for the first time in the first 3 innings, Marciano gets out of an inning unscathed. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. To the bottom half of the third we go. Kentucky 5, Auburn nothing. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Butch Thompson.
When we went 12-3 in our home conference schedule this year, I don't think it was a coincidence. I think it had something to do with these renovations and the atmosphere now that's provided. Everybody's always enjoyed coming to Auburn because the people are great. It's a beautiful venue, but it wasn't the most challenging weekend. That's changed, baby. Sure. Moving forward, it absolutely has that feel to where I always want, well, that's an Auburn thing. People come to Auburn and people leave and like, that's an awesome place and has awesome people. But I want them to come and go say the same thing, but like, my God, it's tough to play those jokers. That's a tough environment. That is a challenge.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Fralick, Guevara, and Terrell for Auburn in the third. Tigers trail 5-0. Nate Harris has worked out of 2-out jams in both the first and the second. He's thrown 41 pitches, and he goes to the hill in the bottom of the third. Before we get there, we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Auburn has yet to score. The Tigers have had 2 runners on in each of the first 2 innings. The problem has been they've all been on with 2 outs and nobody on base to start it. And they've not been able to get that 2-out hit. Fralick will lead off the Auburn third. Harris, the wind, the pitch. Fralick takes it inside, a little bit high, a ball and no strikes.
Harris, 5 innings against Missouri last week. He threw 85 pitches, threw 88 against LSU in 4 2/3.
He's at 42 right now, the 1-0. Fralick, a little jam shot. Shallow right fielder coming on. He is there, makes the catch, 1 out. One down for Auburn, and Harris has done something that a lot of teams have been unable to do so far this season. That's retired the leadoff man for Auburn. That's one of Auburn's indicators this year, anyway. Get that leadoff guy on and get him home.
That's 4 flyouts already for Auburn tonight.
Here's Guevara. Inside, off-speed delivery. Actually, that was a fastball at 91.
Something Gabe Gross talks a lot about. Get to the top of the baseball. Get to the top of the ball. Shooting for line drives instead of fly balls.
Harris, the 1-0. Strike call. Off-speed delivery, 1-1. Guevara, 2-out single in the first, was stranded at second base. 1-1 pitch. Tried to hold up on a slider that was outside and off the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Guevara, Auburn's best hitter of late, Auburn's best hitter in the SEC, batting .353. Behind in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Shift on the left side of the infield, the 1-2. Chopper in front of the plate. Pitcher fields to his right and throws to first. Low and out.
Cerny was a little late getting there. Got there in time, and in fact, Harris threw the ball before Cerny had made it all the way to the bag.
2 down for Auburn for a second straight inning and no one on, and here's Terrell. Bubba walk back in the first.
You know, and he's done it with not many pitches. He's only used about 5 or 6 pitches to get the first 2 outs in each of the 3.
Bub takes a strike on the outside corner. But Harris has done the job so far for Kentucky. Cats lead at 5-0, 2 outs, nobody on in the third. The pitch. Bub swings for the fences and comes up empty, 0-2. Harris trying to work his first perfect inning of the night. He's ahead of Terrell, 0-2. The pitch. Off the foot of Terrell in front of the plate. Good job by Schwartz to get out just in case that wasn't a foul ball. Nick Mingione questioning whether that ball actually hit Terrell's foot.
If it hadn't, it would have bounced toward the dugout.
1 balls and 2 strikes to Terrell, 2 outs and nobody on in the third. Harris, the wind of the 0-2. And Bub swings and lifts it up the left side, going the opposite way and into the stands.
It was at least a little bit of an inside-out swing by Bub, trying to take a shot the other way with 2 strikes. That's where, you know, if he throws the fastball or the cutter something middle away, you've got all that room to the left side. They're not in the shift, but they're playing him to pull severely on the infield.
Another 0-2 pitch to Terrell. High and away, and that's where the catcher set up, 1-2. Auburn softball lost today to Alabama 4-0. Tigers try to get a game in that series tomorrow over at J.B. Moore Field. Game 3 here tomorrow at 2. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Harris works a perfect third. And through 3, Kentucky leads Auburn 5-0. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
5-0 Kentucky as Marciano back to the hill, 58 pitches in his first 3 innings of work. The Cats will send the 9-1 and 2 hitters to the plate to turn things around. Turn it over to Brad Law for the middle 3.
All right, thanks, Andy. It'll be 9-1 and 2 to up Schwartz, Bell, and Lawrence for Kentucky. 3 solo homers and a 2-run triple. That's the offense for the Wildcats. They led off the first and second inning with homers. The second was back-to-back home runs. They've had back-to-back-to-back players reach in 2 of the 3 innings so far. And if you remember way back, like a movie that by the end you forget the very first scene, he was 2-2 to Tyler Bell, or 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bell, thought he had strike 3. Instead it was called ball 2, next pitch left the ballpark. There's a swing and a foul away by Schwartz. First pitch breaking ball, 0-1 the count. Schwartz homered, his 3rd of the year, 17th RBI. The back end of the back-to-back homers in the second. Marciano plants and deals, and the pitch is fouled off to the right, out of play. Jake ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. So Bell homered to start the ball game. Then Lawrence grounded it to second, and an errant throw by Rembert put him on base. Tharnish singled. 2 batters later, Cerny tripled. 0-2. A little low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schwartz, 2 of his 3 home runs, 4 of his 17 RBIs have come in league plays. Batting average in SEC action near 200 now. The 1-2 pitch. Little tapper foul left side over toward the Auburn dugout. Still a ball, 2 strikes. Auburn has stranded 4. Kentucky has stranded 3. Cats have doubled up the Tigers in hits at 6-3. They lead on the scoreboard 5-0. Marciano off the left side of the rubber delivers. And missed just a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marciano a little frustrated he didn't get that call. Does a little landscaping out in front of the rubber. Steps back on. Schwartz steps back in. The number 9 hitter with 5 on the pitch clock. The delivery. Called strike 3. Got him with a fastball. Outside corner just above the knees. Strikeout number 6 for Marciano. K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. 70 strikeouts on the year for Marciano. And he gets the leadoff man for the first time in the game. Homer in the first, homer in the second, hit batter in the third. Leadoff man retired, and now they get their third look at the Auburn starter. Bell, top of the order for Kentucky. First pitch. Floats low, 1 ball, no strike. Bell homered in the first, singled in the second. Was left stranded at third. Marciano looks in, gets his sign, and now the 1-0. Caught the outside corner, a ball and a strike. Auburn looking for a Game 2 win. 1-1. Fly to right field, back Bingaman. Still going. Now a step shy of the warning track, squares up and makes the catch. 2 down. Auburn is 1-3 in series Game 2s. They've been really good on Friday nights, especially at home, going back to I think they've won 9 straight series openers at home. But Game 2 this year has been more of a struggle. Looking for their first one since the Missouri series. They'll have to come from behind tonight. Here's Lawrence. First pitch to him's a strike. Outside corner, 0-1. 5 in a row retired by Marciano. And 8 of the last 9. Lefty. Lawrence has reached on an error and put down a sacrifice bunt. Takes a ball outside. It's 1-1. Marciano looks. Short wind. He's working off the right side of the rubber. The 1-1 pitch. There's a strike at the knees. It's 1-2. And Marciano's command looks much more dialed in now. He's reached 70 pitches in the game. The 1-2 to Lawrence. High. Ball 2. Popped out of Frelick's mitt. And the count evens. Lawrence is the only player for Kentucky who has hit better in SEC play than overall. His average just over 400 in league play. That's impressive when you near the midpoint. 2-2. Lined into left field. Terrell comes on. He'll have to play it on a hop. A sharp single to left for Lawrence, and he's got another hit in SEC play, his first of the game. A 2-out single with 2 strikes. And he just went the other way. Another opposite field hit for Kentucky tonight. They've done that, I think, with all of their hits other than Hindle and Schwartz back-to-back homers in the second. The other 5 hits have been opposite field shots. Here's Tharnish, the center fielder, with 2 outs. First pitch to him misses the outside corner, 1-0. Tharnish 1 for 2, singled, scored a run in the first. He's also flied out to deep right. (1-0) for Marciano. Throw to first instead. Auburn 7-6 in league play, trying to get back to 2 games above 500. Kentucky is trying to get back to 500 in SEC play. with the midpoint tomorrow's game. 1-0. Fly ball left field, well struck. Terrell on the run. He'll have to play it off the wall. Rounding second is Lawrence. He's headed for third. Throw comes into second, and Tharnish is out. Terrell with a strike from the warning track in left. Oh, he plays left so well, and he fired a bullet into second. Accurate throw. Tharnish is thrown out, trying to stretch it to a double, and
is challenging the play of out at second base.
Thank you, Damian Beal.
This call is under further review.
Yep. So the umpires will wait on the SEC office in Birmingham to tell them. Out or safe. The call on the field, Michael Phillips was looking right at it. Perfect angle. Throw was there in plenty of time. Oh, did Tharnish get the left hand in? That's what they're going to look at.
We get a view from first base. Yeah, I don't know. This could be overturned.
Yep. I think he did. I think he got the left hand in there. I think it was a wonderful throw by Terrell. And Rimmer just could not swipe around and get the tag on the hand before Tharnish got in, I think. We'll see. No reaction from the crowd either way. I think the crowd's 50-50. Here's a call.
The call of out at second base is overturned to safe. Kentucky retains their challenge. They have 2 left.
Yep, I think it's the right call. It's a good job by Tharnish of sliding in. And what could have gotten Auburn out of the inning goes by the wayside, and Kentucky will have a chance with 2 in scoring position and 2 outs. But I think it's the right call.
7th double of the year for Tharnish.
Lawrence held at third, and here's Everett Tieford, and that'll spell the end of the line for Jake Marciano. Marciano, his shortest outing of the year, 3 2/3 innings, 73 pitches, I believe. Let's wait and see. Everett Tieford just looked down to Jeff Wright. They may wait on him to come out.
Kulik is the one that's in the pen for Auburn that I can see. He's been warming up since the second, and Auburn will stay with Marciano to get the 3rd out.
Yep.
He has struck out Hansen twice tonight.
Yes, he has. Once on a bunt attempt, a foul ball, bunting with 2 strikes, and then got him looking in the second. It's 5-0 Kentucky. Wildcats with 2 more in scoring position and 2 outs for their cleanup man, Carson Hansen. Left-handed hitter. Marciano deals. First pitch. Must have been a little in, 1-0.
And I think lefty on lefty is probably the main reason that Marciano is still out there.
2 outs. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. Hansen early and under it. 1-1. Marciano got the first 2 in the inning, then Lawrence singled with 2 strikes to left, and Tharnish doubled. 1-1 pitch. Hit him. And they're going to call him.
I think
they're
going to
bring
him
him back.
back. Yeah, I think he stuck out the front leg.
Did. And it looked like Jeff Wright was calling him out.
And we'll get an appeal of this one. Another look. Front leg's out there. He stuck the knee in front of the ball. There was
Kentucky is challenging hit back batter. This call is under further review.
There was no move at all to get out of the way of the pitch. None.
No, in fact, he did lean in a little to it.
And I don't know I know Kentucky is appealing. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what the call is.
Yeah. No, it wasn't explained. Here's
the call of hit or being intentionally hit by the ball is confirmed. It is a strike. Kentucky loses a challenge. They have one remaining.
So it's 1-2.
Yeah. That was a little confusing with some of the signals in the explanation, but it's a strike, and the count goes to 1-2 now.
We saw
on
Jeff
Hansen.
Wright put the right hand up. He was signaling strike, not out.
Okay. All right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big hole on the left side. Can Marciano put away Hansen? Here's the pitch. He can. He couldn't hold the swing up on a high fastball. Marciano Marciano gets Hansen on strikes for a 3rd time, and he gets out of trouble in the 4th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for the visitors. They've stranded 5. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Time to get the offense going. Tigers trail 5-0, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
Nate Harris pitching well for Kentucky. His team gave him a 3-run lead right from the jump, and then got 2 more in the second. It's 5-0 Wildcats. Rembert, Madrigal, Bingaman, 5, 6, and 7 hitters here in the 4th. Rembert 0 for 1. He grounded out to short on a 2-0 pitch in the 1st.
I'll say this, Marciano has battled tonight. Hasn't had his best stuff just to get through 4 innings.
Would Rembert maybe try to put down a bunt to try to get something going early in an inning? First pitch, nope, swinging away and missing, 0-1. Looking for fresh seafood? Well, Wharf Casual Seafood serves that seafood sourced from American waters. No seafood for you, no problem. Burgers, salads, chicken, and more. 0-1. Pass ball, bouncing ball up the middle, past the shortstop and into center field. Base hit, Chris Rembert. Nice job. Battled on maybe a cutter and sent it right back where it came from. Leadoff single.
First leadoff man on tonight for Auburn. He just needed to take over. Simple as that.
Just needed to tell people about Wharf Casual Seafood. You know, they got 6 locations across central Alabama.
And I think there's more coming.
Oh, I think so, too. I saw a billboard for one on 280 coming back from Birmingham the other day around Dadeville. Here's Eddie Madrigal. Runner on first, nobody out. Pitch. Madrigal takes. Ball 1. Good call. 1-0. That was close. That was a pretty good pitch. Madrigal flied to center his first time. Harris 1-0. There goes Rembert. Pitch is high. Throw to second is in time. Oh, no, not in time. Rembert's safe. He avoided the tag.
Yes, he did.
He slid around it and is called safe, and Kentucky will challenge.
It'll be the 5th stolen base for Rembert if it stands. That's a really...
Kentucky is challenging to play at second, the call of safe. This call is under further review.
Really good throw by Schwartz.
Throw beat him.
Yeah, but they didn't get the tag down. He went around the tag. Yeah, I don't think he ever got a tag down at all. He slid past the bag and got back to the bag.
Center field angle doesn't show a tag. Home plate angle doesn't show a tag. Not with clarity.
He got a really good jump, but I mean, Schwartz's throw was really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, for a guy who's not caught for them this year, he's playing the position well. That was just a wonderful throw. Video board's getting a couple extra angles. TV is not. They are talking to Andreas Alvarez, though, from the game last night.
He was really good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Love Dre. I'd rather see another replay or two. Well, it's a difference in a 2-0 count and a runner at second and nobody out, or bases empty, 1 out.
They're taking their time with it.
We have not seen an angle, and obviously Replay Command Center in Birmingham is seeing more angles than we are here.
If there was a tag, it was on the hip, but it looks as though Rembert has his right hand on the bag. He slid past the bag and then got back to the bag.
Here's the call.
After a video review, the runner is safe. Kentucky loses their second challenge. They're out of challenges.
5th stolen base for Rembert. 4 of those have come in conference play.
And now a 2-0 count to Madrigal.
Yeah. Pitch. Swing and a pop-up on a 2-0 pitch. Shallow center field. In comes Tharnish. He'll make the catch. 1 down. That's the 5th flyout for Auburn through 3 1/3 at the plate. And here's Ethan Bingaman. Bingaman struck out on 3 pitches in the second inning. Bingaman, Auburn's leading RBI producer in conference play, swings at the first pitch, fouls it off to the left. Harris now at 59 pitches. He's only struck out 2, but he's also only walked 1. He's just not getting that deep into counts. He has had 1 3-ball count tonight, and that was the walk to Terrell in the first inning. 0-1 to Bingaman. Outside and low, a ball and a strike. "5-0 Tigers trail. The bottom of the 4th. 4 hits in the game for Auburn. The pitch. Bingaman takes that high and inside. 2-1. 12 of his 18 RBIs have come in league plays. Came into the game hitting .275 against SEC pitching in his freshman year. The 2-1 to Bingaman. It hit on a short hop to first. First baseman goes to the bag. Rembert goes to third, slides in safely. Aggressive base running by Rembert to get to third. Bingaman hit it on a laser. Cerny caught the short hop at first. A really good play by the Kentucky first baseman to retire Bingaman. Now here's Logan Gregorio with 2 outs and a runner at third.
It's been that kind of night for Auburn offensively.
Yep.
See if the Tigers can turn it around somehow.
Auburn is 3 for 6 with 2 outs, but 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The pitch. Gregorio takes ball 1 high. 1-0. Gregorio singled his first time. 5 runs on 8 hits for Kentucky, 5 stranded. No runs, 4 hits and an error, 4 left for Auburn. 1-0 pitch. Gregorio takes a strike down the middle. It's 1-1. Likely to see Marcel Kulik in the 5th. 1-1. Pulled right field line drive, base hit Gregorio. RBI single for Logan, and Auburn is on the board. A 2-out RBI. It's 5-1 Kentucky.
Nothing cheap about that laser beam to right by Gregorio. Went down and lined it into right field on a hop to Hansen.
Yeah, Bingaman got a good swing on it. Gregorio, and was just a good play by Cerny. And then Gregorio got every bit of that one to right.
After going 0 for 4 last night, Gregorio 2 for 2 tonight.
And his first 2 hits against SEC pitching have come against Harris. Now here's Brandon McCrane. First pitch to him. Low ball. Oh, called a strike. Oh, my goodness. my goodness.
Auburn could have used that one in the first inning.
0-1 to McCrane. A single for McCrane in the second. Pitch. That's high with an off-speed delivery. 1-1 the count. 6 hits in Auburn's last 2+ SEC games for the shortstop McCrane, the redshirt freshman. Righty versus righty. Gregorio at first with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball stayed high. It's 2-1. Auburn just got their first hit with a runner in scoring position tonight. They're now 4 for 7 with 2 outs. The 2-1 to B-Mac. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Through the slider, didn't get the corner or the chase. And now a hitter's count.
And there is activity, don't know who, but there is activity in the Kentucky pen.
The next pitch is number 70 for Harris. 3-1 to McCrane. Right through there, 3-2. A good patient approach by McCrane. He wanted to make him throw another strike. Now a full count. Carter would love a shot here in the 4th. He's on deck. A run in, 1 on with 2 outs. Here's the payoff pitch. Runner goes. It's hit right side. Through the hole, a base hit. Gregorio makes the turn at second. He's on his way to third. He is there. They're at the corners with 2 outs. McCrane is 2 for 2 tonight. The 8 and 9 hitters are 4 for 4 for the Tigers, and that's a night after 7 through 9 were really productive, got on base 11 times in the game.
And Brandon took it the opposite way.
Yep.
They had the shift on the left side.
Yep.
Wide open on the right side, and he shot it through the right side. Gregorio off with the pitch, went to third with no throw. Ball was cut off. And the pitching coach, Dan Roselle, is out.
5-1, Kentucky leads. Auburn has chipped a little bark off that tree.
All right, Carter is 0 for 2 tonight.
Yeah.
He's popped up to center on the very first pitch he saw in the first and popped up to third in the second. And he was up with runners at first and second and 2 outs in that inning. So very similar for Bristol here in the 4th, a run home for Auburn here in the 4th inning, and runners at the corners for the Tigers.
Carter on the year hitting .394 with runners in scoring position and .345 with 2 outs. He was 0 for 2 to start last night's game before hits in back-to-back trips. Bottom of the order has set the table just fine. Time for the top to bring him in. Carter with 4 RBIs in league play, 21 overall on the season. How will they play Bristol defensively? You don't have the fastest guy in Gregorio. He's okay, but he's not your fastest runner at third. They play him to pull. It's the shift, as a matter of fact. Right side is wide open for Carter. You got to look middle away here if you're Bristol. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Harris looks home, fires home. Misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes, especially if that's where they're going to pitch him. He's got to look to go opposite field. 1 ball, no strikes.
Deep in left, medium in center, maybe a step or 2 in and right with the Kentucky outfield.
1-0, shows bunt. Did he pull it back?
He did.
He did. It was outside, 2 balls, no strikes.
Ryan Mullen, a right-hander in the Kentucky pen.
If he's going to bunt it to that right side, he's either got to pull the first baseman, Cerny, in or get it between Cerny and the pitcher. 2-0. Shows bunt again. That's low. It's ball 3. A walk would load the bases for Chase Freilich.
I'd show the bunt again. Just to...
Yeah. Squeeze the zone a little more. 3-0. He takes it high. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Carter. Harris will do that if you let him. That is his 2nd walk of the night. First since the first inning, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Down to second goes McCrane. Excellent speed there. A base hit by Freilich, especially with 2 outs and runners off on contact. It'll score 2. And with Carter running, if you find a gap or a corner, you'll score 3. First pitch to Fralick. Outside, ball 1. This crowd needs to become a factor right now.
Well, I'd be thinking about making him throw me a strike first.
Rather than swinging at the first one you see, maybe make him throw a couple. 1-0 to Fralick pitch. There's a strike. Off speed on the inside corner. It's 1-1.
All right, now you're ready.
7,000 plus here tonight. And they are just hoping for a big at bat from Fralick. Here is the 1-1. Chase takes it high and outside, not close. 2-1. They're standing along the concourses. They're jam-packed everywhere else. There's a Tiger at every base. They're jam-packed on the bases, too. 2 outs, pitch. Fralick swings and fouls it away right side early and on off speed, and that got a piece of his foot.
Sure did.
Count goes to 2-2.
I think he was looking fastball there, and he got an off-speed pitch that was up, and he fouled it off the foot. The front boy right on top of his front foot. And he has one of those guards there, and it still got him.
Yeah, he's got the guard for the inside of the foot, for the ankle. Does it cover the top? Yeah, it's got a little bit of the top, too. So Chase gets a little time to walk off the sting. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. A run in for Auburn. They trail 5-1. Gregorio at third, McCrane at second, Carter at first. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Harris, his 80th pitch of the game. It's on the way. It's swung on and missed for strike 3. He just beat him with a fastball. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. Auburn gets a run on 3 hits and a walk. No errors. Tigers leave them loaded. They are getting chances. You just got to keep on chopping. 1 run across. It's 5-1 Kentucky through 4. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Auburn makes a Cooks Pest Control bullpen move to Marcel Kulik as Kentucky comes to the plate in the top of the 5th. Sophomore right-hander, 6 foot, 186 pounds from East Chester, New York, and a transfer into Auburn from Virginia Tech. Kulik on the year, no record, an ERA of 11.57. This will be his 6th relief appearance. 4 2/3 innings, 6 runs all earned on 10 hits, 5 strikeouts, a walk. He's yet to give up a homer, but opponents are hitting .455 against Marcel Kulik. In a Southeastern Conference play, this will be his 2nd appearance. An inning and 2/3, no runs on a hit, 4 strikeouts, no walks. And opponents hitting .167 against Kulik. Boy, Marciano would love to have the first 2 innings back in this one. He went 4 innings tonight, gave up 5 runs, 4 earned on 8 hits. Struck out 7, did not walk a batter, but he gave up 3 solo home runs in the first 2 innings. As a matter of fact, gave up leadoff home runs in each of the first 2 innings. And he gives way to Marcel Kulik. 78 pitches, 59 for strikes tonight for Marciano. Auburn trails 5-1. Kentucky to the plate in the top of the 5th.
The last 12 batters Marciano faced, he gave up 2 two-out hits. That was it out of the last 12 that he faced. So showed a lot of a fight and a lot of courage to get through 4. Now the 5th begins, and Cerny fouls it away. 0-1. Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, and more ways to win. Wind Creek Casino, find your winning moment. The 0-1 from Kulik. Breaking ball, strike 2. Good slider. Cerny, a 2-run triple in the first, his first triple of the year. He was hit by a pitch on a 2-2 pitch in the 3rd. So he's been on twice. 0-2. High and tight, a ball and 2 strikes. Cerny had not started at first this year for Kentucky until their midweek against Louisville. Now 3 straight games at the position. The 1-2 pitch. Slider misses low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Kulik got ahead 0-2. Trying to put away Cerny, wants to work in a hurry. Pitch clock at 10. He comes set. He comes home. Called strike 3. A fastball froze him. 93 on the heater from Kulik.
And not just velocity, but really good placement. Lower half and on the outside edge. Nicely placed.
7 strikeouts for Marciano. That's the first for Kulik. Now here's Scott Campbell Jr. Left fielder out of Macon, Georgia. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. 3 for 20 against SEC arms is Campbell. Guevara comes in on the edge of the grass. Campbell swings and lines it into center field. Carter over to his right and back a couple steps, puts it away. Quickly 2 down. And that'll bring Caden Cloud to the plate. So Campbell put the bat on it, but Carter tracked it. And now the Kentucky third baseman, who is 0 for 2. He struck out, fly to deep right field. 5-1 Kentucky, top of the 5th. Kulik, the first out of the pen for the Tigers, delivers. Cloud bounced up there. Cloud had squared to bunt. 1-0.
That bounced 3 feet in front of the plate.
Stretch off the right side of the rubber. Kulik to the plate. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Pitch was high. It's 2-0. Tomorrow's finale starts at 2. We're on the air at 1:45. The 2-0 to Cloud. That bounced up there again and all the way to the backstop. 3-0. Kulik hasn't really been close this at bat to Cloud. Cloud is 1 for 17 with a walk and an RBI in SEC play. A right-handed hitter. The 3-0 pitch to him. He squares to bunt. He takes a strike at the knees. It's 3-1. 7 strikeouts in 17 SEC at-bats for Cloud. 3-1 pitch. Strike 2 at the knees.
2 really good jobs by Fralick to frame.
Yeah, the
pitches that were down in the zone.
Low strike has been there a handful of times tonight. All right, a chance to come all the way back. Can he do it? Nobody on, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Cloud pops it up, back and out of play.
93 on that fastball.
Now I got back to the area where the food trucks, screens, the Plainsman Plaza were set up today. All right, let's do it again. 3-2. Crowd hoping for a pop here. The payoff pitch to Cloud. Swing and a fly ball to right. Bingaman back, still going back. He's at the warning track. He's circling. He makes the catch. Cloud gave it a ride, but Kulik works a 1-2-3 inning. Cats go in order for the first time tonight. halfway home. 5-1 Kentucky. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
As Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the fifth, Kentucky makes a Pepper Tree pitching change for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection, the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery and online, steakstheletterandwine.com, steaksandwine.com. And Kentucky goes to number 21, Chase Alderman, a junior right-hander, 6'5", 210 from Moorhead, Kentucky, a transfer from Eastern Kentucky. No record this year for Alderman, an ERA of 4.11. This will be his 7th appearance and his 4th in relief. 15 in the third innings, 10 runs, 7 earned on 18 hits. 9 strikeouts, 5 walks. He has given up 3 homers, and opponents are hitting .300 against Alderman. In the league, an ERA of 0, no record for Alderman in SEC play. This is just his 2nd relief appearance, 2 innings, no runs on a hit for Alderman. Quality start, you'd have to say, in spite of the fact that Harris goes 4 innings. He gave up 1 run on 6 hits. He worked in and out of trouble all night long. The only inning in which he had a perfect inning was the 3rd, but he stranded 7 batters out there, 7 runners, 4 innings, a run on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks.
5 of Auburn's 6 hits have come with 2 outs, and 4 of them came with 2 outs and nobody on, or came after 2 were out in an inning. First pitch, breaking ball for a strike to Guevara, 0-1. Eric is 1 for 2. He's grounded it to the pitcher, and he has singled. Single came at the end of a 10-pitch at bat. 0-1 hit him. That was a breaking ball that never broke. And Guevara is aboard to start the 5th. Last inning, Auburn got the leadoff man on. He came around to score. Yeah, Alderman hasn't had a lot of SEC experience. 1 for 5 is the average, or is the result against him in those 2 SEC starts. Or SEC outings, rather. Here's Bub Terrell. Bub has walked and struck out. Hole on the right side, if he can pull it. Here's the pitch. And he lines one into right center field. That's a base hit. Might be extra bases. We'll see. Takes a big turn at first. It rolls all the way to the warning track. Bub gets a double out of it. Stopping at third is Guevara. Terrell teed off on the first pitch from Alderman and doubled to right center field. His 7th double of the season, and Auburn is in business in the 5th.
Oh, that's a classic Bub Terrell swing right there. Got a pitch inner half, a little bit down, and he laced it into the gap in right center. Tharnish, if he doesn't get to the ball before it gets to the warning track, Guevara scores.
Yeah. 5-1 Kentucky. Auburn threatens in the 5th. Rembert the batter. He singled his last time. Scored Auburn's run. That's the 7th hit of the game for the Tigers. Here's the pitch. Chris swings and misses it one way off the plate. 0-1 to count. Can't press here. 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. First baseman comes in near the edge of the grass. The 0-1 all the way to the backstop, but it kicks back.
Yep.
That's the Plainsman Park bounce right there. The Hall of Fame Club brick wall, and it bounced right back to the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Guevara, the runner at third, Terrell at second after the double. One and one. Alderman feeling some heat. The 1-1. Miss the outside corner. Not a bad pitch. Rembert laid off the fastball. It's 2-1. Cloud back a couple of steps at third. Cerny in between at first. The 2-1 pitch to Rembert. Breaking ball, line left field. That's a base hit. Guevara scores. Here comes Terrell. He's given the windmill. Bub scores on the play. 2-run single, Rembert. And the throw high from second. Chris takes off for second. He's out at second base.
Oh, got it.
The throw from left airmailed the bag at second. It was backed up.
I think that was the right
Hansen.
fielder. Yeah,
the right fielder Hansen, who then threw a strike to second to get Chris. Auburn challenges the play. So here's Damian Beal.
Auburn is challenging the call of out at second base. This call is under further review.
You know, you see this more and more now that you can no longer, in any way, you can't block the base anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, Brad.
I'm not either. Did he? I know he came off the bag at one point. Was the tag on him when he came off the bag?
I'm not sure he's off the bag. I think he's got his hand on the bag yet.
Yeah, you're right.
And we'll get a look from center field. He's safe
in.
there.
Yeah, he's in with the left hand.
And he never came off the bag.
You're right.
His hand is there the whole time. I think this is going to be overturned, he says, with hope in his voice. It's a 2 RBI base hit, though, for Rembert. Most importantly, it cuts the lead to 5-3.
Yeah, regardless of what the result of this replay review is here, Auburn has trimmed 2 more off the deficit. It's now 5-3.
It was a great job by Hansen to back up the plate just to make it close to get the call of out at second base. Because the throw coming in from left field was absolutely airmailed.
Oh, it's 20 feet.
To the first base line.
Yeah.
And Hansen backed it up and threw to second. He was called out, but I'm not sure he is out.
Yeah. Damian Beal reaching for the on-off switch. Like he's got it holstered.
He does.
Yeah. No.
He's got it clipped to his butt like Batman.
That's right. All right, out or safe?
Well, don't think the call's in yet.
No.
Originally, he's safe. The question is...
The call, though, was out.
Correct.
Yeah.
But as we watch it, the question is, did he come off the bag?
Yeah.
He was safe originally, in my opinion. And the umpire is behind second baseman. Yeah. He can't see the whole play.
I could see where it would look from Michael Phillips' vantage point like he came off the base.
I mean, the tag, he's safe originally.
The tag's not on him yet.
No. To me, it's whether he came off the bag at all.
They've got that freeze framed there as if that's where the tag is. Here's the call.
The call of second base is confirmed.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Auburn loses its first challenge. Auburn has 1 challenge left.
I think that's wrong. I think that's just flat out wrong.
Yeah, I do too.
Wow. So it's a 2-run single by Rembert. Terrific throw by Hansen.
Yep.
So it's 9.
And Butch Thompson is out just to.
He's hot.
Sure is.
And I think what frustrates Butch more than anything else is the original call by the second base umpire. He is completely blocked of the second baseman.
He wasn't in a good position.
No, he wasn't in a good position.
He was out of position, and Butch Thompson is yelling out now at Michael Phillips.
Yeah, here's the thing. You cannot challenge a challenge.
No, and that's not what he's doing. I don't think he's arguing the challenge.
No.
Result.
I think he's challenging the original call.
He's saying that he's got to be better to get in the right spot to make that call. All right, it's a Pepper Tree pitching change for Kentucky. Look, folks, with 1 out in the 5th, Auburn is cut into the deficit even more. We've got a 2-run ball game here at Plainsman Park. 5-3 the score. Another Pepper Tree pitching change for Kentucky.
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're an Auburn fan like me and you haven't switched your phone service to War Eagle Mobile, you're passing up a slam dunk. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and War Eagle Mobile contributes to Auburn athletics with every payment you make. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to put it off another minute. Switch now to the only phone plan built for the Auburn family and on the T-Mobile 5G network. Visit wareaglemobile.com. That's wareaglemobile.com.
Pepper Tree pitching change for Kentucky. They go to number 38, junior right-hander Ryan Mullen. 6'2", 230 pounds from Chino Hills, California, and a transfer from Loyola Marymount. Mullen this season, 2-0, a 4.00 ERA. This will be his 13th appearance all in relief. 9 innings, 7 runs, 4 earned on 7 hits, 12 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 homers, and opponents hitting .212 against Mullen. In SEC play, no record, but an ERA of 8.10. This will be his 7th league appearance. 3 1/3 innings, 6 runs, 3 hits on 6 runs, 3 earned on 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, a homer, and opponents hitting .333 against Mullen. Well, Alderman gave up 3 hits. He did retire a batter on a bad call at second base originally by the second base umpire down there, Michael Phillips, who appeared to be out of position on the call because he was completely blocked on the call. And I'll stop talking about it right now. 2 runs do score on the play. It's a 5-3 Kentucky lead. 1 out, nobody on for Auburn.
All right. Well, Mullen's been a situational guy in league play. Andy gave you the numbers, 6 outings and 3 1/3 innings. So they like to play the matchups with him. We saw Mingione do this last night. He used, how many pitchers did they use last night? 7 pitchers in last night's game, including some lefty-lefty, righty-righty matchups with 2 guys that had not pitched at all this year before last night. So, although Mullen a right-hander, and it's Madrigal, a lefty at the plate. Eddie's flied to center twice. He had 3 hits in last night's game. He takes ball 1 inside here, 1-0. 2 runs in the inning, bases clear, and 1 out. RBIs 24 and 25, and a 2-hit night for Chris Rembert. 1-0 to Madrigal. Swing and a line drive, center field, it'll hang up, and Tharnish comes over toward left center to make the catch. 2 down.
Hey, we're playing him shallow, and that's exactly where he hit it.
He has hit it to center all 3 times tonight. Good level swing, just hadn't found any open grass out there. Now here's Bingaman. Bingaman is 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out to first on a sharply hit ball. Cerny made a good play on it a couple innings ago. Pitch. Missed inside, 1-0. So Auburn had a chance to bat with another runner in scoring position, taken away from it in this inning. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a slider, just a sharp downward diving slider. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bingaman. 5-3 the score. A little bit here and a little bit there. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a line drive to center. Tharnish back. He makes the catch. He started in and then had to break back, but he was able to recover. Some hard hit balls that inning, to be sure. Well, a controversial replay review goes against Auburn and kind of took the charge.
Completely changed the inning.
Out of the inning. As it is, Auburn gets 2. And next inning, they'll have a couple of guys up who already have 2 hits tonight. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors on the field, and none left. Through 5. 5th inning of tonight's game, by the way, was presented by Southern Union. It's 5-3 Kentucky. Move seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. Tigers trail 5-3. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the Auburn Athletics app, powered by War Eagle Mobile. Buy tickets, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, and manage your War Eagle Plus subscription. And listen to every broadcast from the Auburn Sports Network, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics. Download it now.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Kentucky in the 6th. Hindle, Schwartz, and Bell against Kulik. Marcel Kulik on for his second inning of relief. He retired the Cats 1-2-3 in the 5th. Right-handed hitting Hindle homered to lead off the 2nd. He's also flied to center. First pitch all the way to the backstop as we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. .1-0 pitch is popped up, right side foul territory. That is drifting out of play and onto the Plainsman patio. More than just frozen lemonade on the Plainsman patio, which is delicious, by the way. They've got a team store down there. Really good stuff.
And, you know, there's some apparel that has been designed. One ball cap has been designed by Butch Thompson.
That's right.
It's available right now.
1-1. Ground ball toward third. That's foul. I look down there now. I see the baby blue jerseys. A lot of different styles of hats. The other one Coach Thompson helped design had the old school A with the eagle.
And the band across the bill.
Sharp.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Hindle. Nobody on, nobody out in the 6th. Kulik comes set. He fires. Butch Thompson is giving an earful to Jeff Wright behind the plate. That's called ball 2. Stretch by Kulik. And the pitch. Ground ball left side. Guevara diving stop. Gets to his feet. Throws to first. He's out. He robbed Hindle of a hit. And that's our defensive play of the game presented by Cook's Pest Control. Best defense for your home is Cook's, the South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928 and the official pest control provider of the Auburn Tigers. 1 away, and Schwartz, the catcher, to the plate. Solo homer in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 4th. Pitch. Breaking ball, fouled back, 0-1.
Had a mighty cut at that one, didn't he?
Well, I rarely have seen the head coach come to the top step of the dugout like he did on that 1-2 pitch.
Got to think that the call at second base may have fueled that a little bit.
Yeah, that fire's still burning.
Yep.
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Called ball 1.
And he's going to catch it again. The home plate umpire.
Yeah, Jeff Wright doesn't need to be looking into the dugout either.
No.
You're trained not to do that. Here comes the 1-1. Miss the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Kulik is not missing by much. He is all around the plate. But Kulik can't be affected by it either. Got to stay on the plan. 5-3 Kentucky, top of the 6th. The pitch. Fastball hit past first. That's base hit for Schwartz, maybe extra bases. Bingaman up with it. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. It's a sliding double for Schwartz up the first base line on a 2-1 pitch.
Good night for Schwartz. Homered in the second and took a 2-1 pitch inside the first base bag and into the corner.
That's the second time. Cerny did it in the first inning, got a triple out of it. Second time they've gone just inside that first base line from a right-handed hitter. So a man in scoring position with one out as Kentucky tries to answer back here in the sixth. This is Bell, pitch to him, breaking ball, strike, good pitch. Bell is 2 for 3, a homer to lead off the game. He has also singled and flied to right. Left-handed hitter, open stance, runner at second, one down. Big hole left side, shortstop nearly vacated all the way, 0-1 pitch, way outside and high, 1-1.
Bell, a switch hitter. Remember that home run he hit in the first against Marciano was from the right side. Batting left-handed against the right-hander Kulik.
Kulik comes set. He pitches. Fastball down the middle, 1-2. 91 from Kulik. Kulik, the first reliever of the game for Auburn. He's ahead of Bell, a ball, 2 strikes. Lawrence on deck. Runner at second, 1 out, the pitch. Little tapper, left side. McCrane has to come a long way to get it. Backhand stop, throw to first, not in time. Diving stop by Madrigal to keep a run from scoring.
Sure did. Probably best not even to throw that ball there.
Agreed.
Really had no chance to throw out Bell, and Madrigal had to almost dive to get that one hopper and keep it on the infield.
It's an infield single for Bell.
But what did he do, Brad? He went the opposite way.
Went the opposite way, yeah.
That has been the theme tonight for Kentucky.
At least 7 of their 10 hits, they've gone the other way. And now Luke Lawrence. He's reached on an error. He has singled. He has put down a sacrifice. And Everett Tiefert is out of the Auburn dugout, third-year pitching coach for the Tigers. And Kulik will exit the game. Auburn will go lefty-lefty with Garrett Brewer. It is a War Eagle plus call to the bullpen for the Tigers for the Michigan State transfer, Garrett Brewer.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Tigers go to Garrett Brewer to try and put out this fire in the top half of the sixth. Brewer comes on for the Tigers, the left-hander on the season. 1-2, a 5.56 earned run average. 6'3", 174 from Eau Claire, Michigan, and a transfer from Michigan State. Making his 12th relief appearance, 3 saves for Brewer, 11 1/3 innings, 9 runs, 7 earned on 12 hits. 15 strikeouts, 6 walks, 2 homers, and 261 the average. In SEC play, 1-1, a 7.36 ERA. Brewer making his 5th relief appearance, one of his 3 saves in the league, 3 2/3 innings. 4 runs, 3 earned on 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, but 4 walks, a homer. And opponents are hitting .214 against Garrett Brewer. Marcel Kulik, an inning and a third, no runs on 2 hits with a strikeout. 25 pitches, 15 with strikes. However, he leaves runners at the corners with 1 out in the top of the 6th and a 5-3 Kentucky lead.
Brewer against Jack State gave up a hit in a third of an inning. Also had a strikeout, only threw 7 pitches. His last 2 games before that against Georgia Tech and Alabama, both on the road, 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs allowed, 4 walks, and a strikeout. His best outing in the league this year was that 2-inning save against Missouri in the opener of that series. He came out, was almost untouchable in the 8th inning, and then gave up a couple of hits in the 9th, but earned the save. He's on here to try to get Lawrence.
And not above Kentucky to try and squeeze that runner home, either the safety or the suicide squeeze.
That's right. We'll see where Guevara sets up defensively. Lefty-lefty matchup. Lawrence has reached twice, once on an error, once on a single. He's put down a sacrifice already tonight. Guevara's in on the grass at third. And the first pitch, he does show bunt. Pulls back. Pitch is called a ball, 1-0. Two-run game. Tigers have narrowed it to 2 at 5-3, but Kentucky is threatening to pad that lead. 1-0 to Lawrence. Shows bunt, takes it high, 2-0. Tharnish, who has 2 hits tonight, including a double, waits on deck. Lawrence looks over into the dugout to get the call. The stretch. And Brewer's 2-0 pitch. That's a strike. 2-1. Butch Thompson before the game said you're going to need somebody else. Somebody who maybe hasn't been prominent this year in the bullpen for the Tigers. Is that Brewer with a turnaround? He's been prominent at times this year. 2-1, step, throw to first instead. Justice DeYoung, a freshman, is warming up in the bullpen now. And what happens in this sequence might determine who is next out of that bullpen. 6th inning. 2-1 pitch. Squared to bunt.
Oh!
That's taken for ball 3. The strike zone all of a sudden has become minuscule.
Boy, I'd love to see that pitch again. My goodness.
Brewer trying to bear down here. 3-1 to Lawrence. It's on the way. It is bunted out in front of the plate. Fralick looks the runner back. He can't go to first because Rembert was late getting back, and everybody's going to be safe. The bases are loaded. Madrigal broke toward first, didn't break back in time, so Rembert tried to back it up, but he didn't get to the first base bag in time for Fralick to make the play. It was not a good bunt, but because nobody was there to cover first, Lawrence is safe.
It was also a bunt that I'd love for them to look at his back foot, because I'm not certain that he wasn't out of the batter's box when he put down the bunt.
Bases loaded. 1 out for Tharnish, who already has 2 hits tonight. Laced a double off the base of the wall his last time. First pitch here is a strike, 0-1. Kentucky with a man at every base. Leading 5-3, 1 out in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Caught a piece of Fralick behind the plate. 0-2. Hansen on deck has struck out 3 times tonight. You just can't give him anything too good, 0-2. Or at any point with 2 strikes. A lot of Kentucky's hits tonight have come with 2 strikes, including one of the 3 in this inning. Here we go. 0-2 the count. Pitch from Brewer. Swung on and missed. He got him.
84 and down.
2 away.
Keep bearing down.
Buddy, you put up a 0 this inning.
Momentum could change dramatically.
This has been like a pendulum, swinging one way and the next.
That was a nice slider on the outside corner.
Now here's Hansen. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Lefty. Brewer fires. Strike one. Schwartz at third, Bell at second, Lawrence at first. Here's the 0-1. Little bit high, a ball and a strike.
Had him on his front foot, but it was up.
5-3 Kentucky. Cats trying to add to it. Tigers trying to slam the door in the 6th. The 1-1 from Brewer. Fouled away left side. It's 1-2. Let them hear you, Plainsman Park. 7,000 plus strong. Brewer a strike away from the stretch. He fires. Fouled back. Tried to beat him with a fastball middle in, and Hansen fouled it away. So we do it again. Cats have out-hit Auburn 11-8. Trying to tack on some runs here in the 6th. Here's the 1-2 pitch again to Hansen. Just missed outside. This crowd cannot believe it.
I think Frelick set up outside and he hit the glove. I do.
We get another look.
Yep,
you're right.
Just a bit. I'd go back to it, though.
The 2-2 pitch to Hansen. Foul ball past third. Chopped down at it. Fouled it away. The battle continues. Well, either this place going to detonate or a lot of wind will come out of the sails after this at bat. One way or another. Here comes another 2-2 pitch to Hansen. Got him swinging! Brewer strikes out Hansen! He strikes out Tharnish and Hansen to leave the bases loaded. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left. Both teams have left the bases loaded tonight. A lot of scoring chances for both teams going by the wayside, but most importantly, Auburn heads to the bottom of the 6th, still down by only 2. It's 5-3, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Auburn to the plate in the bottom of the 6th, and Kentucky makes a pepper tree pitching change for number 35, Jackson Susi. Lefty, 6'5", 240, a senior from Cambridge, Ontario, and a transfer from South Carolina. 0-1 on the year, a 3.18 ERA. Making his 12th relief appearance with a save. 11 1/3 innings, 4 runs all earned on 11 hits, 11 strikeouts, 4 walks. No homers. Opponents are hitting .262 against Susi. 0-1 in SEC play with a 5.40 ERA. This will be his 5th relief appearance. 3 1/3 innings, 2 runs, both earned on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Opponents hitting .375 against Susi. So both teams go into their bullpen a lot. Mullen, by the way, 2/3 of an inning for Kentucky, gave up no runs on no hits. Faced 2 batters, but was able to retire those batters. And Auburn will send up the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, trailing 5-3 in the bottom of the 6th.
Gregorio is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. He has driven in a run. His first 2 hits in conference play tonight. Now he's got a chance to lead off. Auburn's got the leadoff man on each of the last 2 innings. He's come around to score. Pitch to Gregorio, way outside for ball 1. 5-3 Kentucky. It was 5-0 after the second. Kentucky stranded 8. Auburn is left 7. Gregorio with that open lunging stance. 1-0 pitch to him. Waved at and missed an off-speed pitch. And he was over the top, 1-1. Gregorio's average, first the pitch. It hit him. Sure did. Got him on that arm guard, and Gregorio heads down to first, so the leadoff man is on base for a 3rd straight inning. They hit Guevara to start the 5th. And now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Brandon McCrane. McCrane is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Went to right field for his last one. Good speed. He could drop a bunt down. And
that's the first hit batter of the year for Susie.
Susie, the lefty, to McCrane, the right-handed hitter, the pitch. Strike called below the knees, 0-1.
Beg your pardon. That's his 2nd hit batter, but his first in SEC play.
Got it. Cloud back at 3rd. 0-1 pitch.
Oh, come on.
On the inside corner for strike 2.
Well, really good job by Schwartz, the catcher, to bring that one in. And I mean a lot in.
Yeah. Now McCrane in a hole 0-2. Carter waiting on deck. Susie deals. Hit him. Back-to-back hit batters, and he did that on an 0-2 pitch. It's about the 5th guy they've plunked in the first 2 games of this series. So,
well,
boy, the bottom 2 in the order been on base all 6 times. And now that lineup turns over for Bristol Carter, who walked his last time. Looking for his first hit of the game. Niall Adcock is loosening for Kentucky in the bullpen. Susie has plunked a couple, worked himself into some hot water. And here is Carter instead. There's a spin and a throw back to second, and Gregorio is back. Logan's been on base all 3 times, haven't been able to bring him in the first 2. They'll try to change that here in the bottom of the 6th. Corner infielders are in. Is Carter bunting? Yeah, he showed bunt as the throw went to second.
That's not a big surprise with Bristol up there.
Well,
and
no.
it may have just been a deke anyway.
But nor would it be a surprise in this spot.
No.
You move the tying runs both into scoring position.
3rd baseman hedging his bet. He's just up on the edge of the grass. And now Schwartz is out. Let me give you the schedule tomorrow here on this campus.
Okay.
At noon tomorrow at the Yarborough Tennis Center, Auburn women's tennis will host Vanderbilt at noon. A win tomorrow and Auburn claims a share of the SEC championship, goes undefeated at home, and perhaps comes close to securing not only a regional bid, but perhaps a super regional host site. That's at noon tomorrow, Yarborough Tennis Center.
Nick Mingione is out to join this conversation. They've seen all they're going to see of Susie.
At 1 tomorrow, Auburn softball plays host to Alabama. And at 2 o'clock, it's the finale of this series between Auburn and Kentucky.
They were giving Niall Adcock a little more time, and they'll give him all the time.
Yeah.
What?
He hasn't made the move yet.
Right.
I think he's waiting on the home plate umpire to come out.
Yeah, Jeff Wright finally going to go out there with 5 on the clock. to move the meeting along. There it hits zeros. 3, 4, 5 extra seconds. There's the call. All right. So a right-hander coming in, this likely number 8, Niall Adcock for Kentucky. We'll confirm when we come back as it's the Wildcats making a Pepper Tree pitching change.
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're an Auburn fan like me and you haven't switched your phone service to War Eagle Mobile, you're passing up a slam dunk. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and War Eagle Mobile contributes to Auburn athletics with every payment you make. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to put it off another minute. Switch now to the only phone plan built for the Auburn family and on the T-Mobile 5G network. Visit wareaglemobile.com. That's wareaglemobile.com.
Pepper Tree pitching change for Kentucky to number 8, Niall Adcock. Senior right-hander, 6'2", 200 pounds, from Pinckneyville, Illinois. He's a Panther. And Kaskaskia Community College, a Blue Devil. Adcock, 2-1 on the year, a 3.18 earned run average, making his 15th appearance in 2 saves. 17 innings, 6 runs, all earned on 14 hits, 25 strikeouts, 8 walks, no homers, and opponents hitting just .219 against Niall Adcock. No record, an ERA of 2.45 in the league, 6 previous appearances, and 2 saves in SEC play. 2 runs, both earned on 3 hits in 7 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, no homers, and the league hitting .120 against Niall Adcock. Susie faced 2 batters and hit both. And those runners are at first and second with nobody out for Auburn. Bristol Carter at the plate in the bottom of the 6th, and Auburn trailing now 5-3.
They have 4 saves in SEC play. Adcock has 2 of them. Jack Bennett, another right-hander, has the other 2. The saves came against Alabama and Ole Miss. He went an inning for the save against Alabama, went 2 innings for the save against Ole Miss. Did not give up a run or hit, and only gave up a walk in those 2 outings and 3 innings combined to get those saves. So this is a game in the balance moment here for Nick Mingione.
All finals across the league except for this one. Tennessee has taken the first 2 games at Mississippi State, winning 6-2 tonight. Ole Miss has taken the first 2 games against LSU at home, winning 12-2. Arkansas has taken the first 2 games at Alabama, winning 15-6 today. A&M has won the first 2 games against Texas, winning today 11-4. Georgia even the series at home against Florida, winning 5-1. Oklahoma has taken the first 2 games at Vanderbilt, winning 6-5. And South Carolina has swept Missouri 6-4, the final score today.
Bristol Carter to face Adcock. 5-3 Kentucky. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Pitch to Carter, bunted in front of the plate, picked up by the catcher. He goes to third to get the force. It is a fair ball. It was just a baseball length in front of the plate. An easy play for Schwartz to throw to third and get the lead runner, Gregorio.
I don't blame Auburn for bunting there, especially with Bristol Carter at the plate. He didn't get it far enough in front of the plate.
Nope. So now they're still at first and second, but there's 1 down. And Chase Freilich is the batter. Now you get a lefty against the right-hander Adcock.
Really good speed out there on a base pass. If Chase can find a gap somewhere.
Fastest 2 players that are in the starting rotation. The pitch missed outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Freilich struck out with the bases loaded to end the 4th. Auburn scored 2 in the 5th. They have been putting pressure on Kentucky the last several innings. They've only been retired in order once tonight. 1-0 pitch to the Auburn catcher. Gets away. Runners advance. That ball rolls all the way to the front of the Auburn dugout.
Well, now in essence, the bunt did work.
Yeah. It's like it did. It's the same result. And now you got a 2-0 count to Freilich.
And better base runners out there.
Yeah. Yeah, now a base hit ties the ball game.
And they're going to walk Freilich. They'll walk Freilich. They'll load the bases to face Eric Guevara. Buddy.
They believe in lefty-righty, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And Freilich is telling Guevara what he is seeing. See it down. See it down.
Well, this will be a righty-on-righty matchup.
Yep. Auburn's best hitter in league play, best overall hitter at this point in the season is Guevara. Guevara had 2 hits and scored 2 runs last night. He has another hit and another run scored tonight. He's 1 for 2. And here comes the crowd. A Tiger at every base. The pitch. Guevara swings and fouls it into the Auburn dugout. Kicks in, kicks out. 0-1. That's the first real strike Adcock has thrown. The other that was a strike was a low ball that Carter bunted. 0-1 to Guevara. Swing and a foul tip. That one was diving down. Eric's a little too eager.
Yeah, got to get that run home from third. That's the main thing right now.
Yeah.
Get that runner home from third.
A fly ball does it. Even a ground ball. Yeah, they double played that. They're going to set up outside. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. It gets away from the catcher. A run comes in to score. And down to first goes Guevara.
He'll be out because the bases were loaded.
Yep, bases loaded. The run comes in to score. McCrane makes it a 1-run ball game. It's the second out of the inning, but McCrane scores on the wild pitch.
And the runners move up to second and third.
There you go. So Freilich at second, Carter at third, and as wild as Adcock has been, well, you might need to see a couple of strikes. Guevara just too aggressive at the plate. He's already thrown a couple in the dirt that have gotten away from the catcher. Another one of those, and we're tied. Pitch to Terrell. Off speed, strike 1. Bub has walked, doubled, scored, and struck out. Auburn with 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 here in the 6th. It's a 1-run ball game, 5-4. Runners at second and third and 2 out. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the inside corner. He has not thrown him a slider yet. Has he completely, because of the wild pitches, does he trust that? We'll see. Adcock, 0-2. He delivers. Swing and a pop-up. Left side. Third baseman in foul territory. It will stay in play, and he makes the catch. Cloud over near the wall in foul ground. And Auburn leaves runners at second and third. Auburn gets a run, though. They take advantage of one of the 2 hit batters. A run without a hit in the inning. A couple of wild pitches, no errors, and 2 stranded. Auburn has left 9 on base. It's a 1-run ball game through 6. Conecuh Smoked Sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating. You can enjoy their grilled Conecuh sausage dogs or their premium hot dogs here at Plainsman Park. Conecuh, family-owned, made in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947. Make Conecuh sausage part of your game day. It was 5-0. It's now 5-4 Kentucky. 7th inning is next. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
We head to the 7th, 5-4 Kentucky. Here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, once
Tyler
again.
Cerny will lead it off against Brewer, and the first pitch from Garrett is in for a strike. 5-4, Kentucky leads it. Cerny, a 2-run triple in the first. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out looking. Brewer comes set, and the pitch. Foul back to the screen. Cerny had a good cut at that. 0-2. Cerny, Campbell, and Cloud. The scheduled 3 in this inning for Kentucky. Cats scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Auburn has come back with a run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and another in the 6th. It's a 5-4 Kentucky lead. Stretch. Here's the 0-2. Outside a little bit low. A ball and 2 strikes to Cerny. Both teams have had plenty of chances. Kentucky has stranded 8. Auburn has stranded 9 tonight. 1-2 pitch to Cerny. Fly ball up and out of play right side. Beyond the 984 club and out of play. Huge crowd again on hand tonight here at Plainsman Park. Have not seen the attendance announced yet. It should be, in all likelihood, well above 7,000 here tonight. Another 1-2 pitch to Cerny. Chopper left side. Guevara to his left, off of his glove and into shallow left field. Cerny around first base, going to dig for second, and he's going to get there. Guevara had to go to his left for that one. It glanced off his glove, and then it deflected past McCrane into shallow left center field, and Cerny ends up at second base. And that will be an error on Guevara. So a runner at second base with no one out now for Kentucky here in the 7th. And here is Scott Campbell Jr. 0 for 3, a couple strikeouts and a line out. Brewer the stretch and the pitch. Campbell bunts it out in front of the plate. Freilich will go to first in time for the out with Rembert covering. And Cerny down to third. And here is Caden Cloud. He's 0 for 3 tonight. But he has hit 2 fly balls to right. Both would be deep enough to score the runner from third right here. An error by Guevara to open the inning. It ended up being a 2-bag error. And now Cerny is at third, and Auburn brings the infield in. And Madrigal plays up really close from first as Brewer stretches and pitches. Strike right down the middle. 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 8 men left on base tonight for Kentucky. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Auburn, and 9 men left on.
Infield is in, as you would expect.
Brewer comes set. Here's the 0-1 to Cloud. Fly ball fouled off the right side, out of play, 0-2. Brewer with a couple strikeouts since he came in for Auburn in the 6th. He, with his best inning of work in a long time for Garrett Brewer, but he is right back behind the 8 ball right here with a runner at third and 1 out in the 7th. But he's ahead of Cloud, 0-2. Garrett comes set. The lefty fires. Got him swinging with a fastball up. Whew. 2 outs.
Set him up beautifully. The pitch before, Cloud was reaching out over the plate for one at the knees and maybe even off the outside corner. Came back in with high heat on the inner half that time.
Third strikeout for Brewer. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. 2 down now. And here's Hindle. Homered in the 2nd. He's flied to center and grounded to third since then. 2 outs and a runner at third. The pitch to Hindle. Missed low and away, ball 1. His homer came off the starter, Jake Marciano, on an 0-2 pitch in the 2nd inning. Schwartz followed that with a home run. That's the difference in the ballgame right now. 5-4, 2 outs, top of the 7th. The stretch by Brewer. The 1-0 pitch to Hindle. Swing and a miss. He was hot in front.
That may have been the changeup.
82 on the radar gun, 1-1 the count. Five for Kentucky, runner at third, 2 outs, top of the 7th. A ball and a strike to Ethan Hindle. Stretch in the pitch. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Ryan Schwartz, the catcher, waits on deck. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Brewer comes set. Now the 2-1 pitch. Foul ball. No, out in front of the plate. Fralick gets it. Throws to first, inning over Brewer. Nicely done. He has had runners at third with less than 2 outs in the last 2 innings, and he gets out of the jam.
That was a lot of poise. A 2-base error to start the inning. Immediately working with somebody in scoring position, but he stayed poised. The sacrifice, the strikeout, and the little dribbler. That's good pitching by Garrett Brewer.
No runs, no hits in air, and a man left. Kentucky, like Auburn, has stranded 9. 7th inning, stretch time at the ballpark. Kentucky 5, Auburn 4, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
There's a lot to recap in this one. Kentucky scored 3 in the first and added 2 in the second. It was 5-0. But Auburn in the middle 3 innings came back. A run in the 4th, 2 more in the 5th, another run in the 6th. Kentucky is on its 5th pitcher of the night. Auburn on its 3rd. It's a 5-4 Kentucky lead. Bottom of the 7th, Chris Rembert will lead it off. Rembert is 2 for 3 on the night with a run scored. The pitch to him. High and inside for ball 1 from Niall Adcock. Last 3 innings, Auburn's been able to get the leadoff man on. The Tigers have scored in each of those innings. Now the 1-0 to Rembert. Drops low, maybe a little in. 2 balls and no strikes to Rembert. Madrigal and Bingaman to follow in the Auburn 7th inning. Adcock winds and the 2-0 pitch. Low and away, ball 3. There is someone warming up in the pen for Kentucky. 3 balls and no strikes, the count to Chris Rembert. Wind and delivery. And there is a strike.
Oof. Already tonight, Rembert's 33rd career multi-hit game.
And now he has a hitter's count. 3-1 delivery. Swing, line drive into left field, but right at the left fielder who makes the catch. Ball was smoked, but right at Campbell in left. 1 out. Hey, whether you're planting a tree or tackling a backyard project, don't risk a penalty. Contact Alabama 811 before you dig to get your underground utilities marked for free. Visit al811.com or call 811. It's free, it's simple, and it's the law. Here's Eddie Madrigal. 0 for 3 on the night. First pitch to him, misses low. An appeal to third, he did not go.
Eddie's had some good swings tonight. He's hit it to center every time. Good level swings, good contact, but hadn't found any open space.
1 out, nobody on for Auburn in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Drops in for a strike, a ball, and a strike to the Auburn first baseman. 3 for 4 last night. His first 3-hit game as an Auburn Tiger. Wind in the pitch. Popped up out of play off the left side.
Mention activity in the bullpen. Adcock doesn't go beyond 2 innings very much.
Shift is on now. The pitch to Madrigal to the first baseman. Backs up, flips to the pitcher, covering in time for the out. Two down, and here's Ethan Bingaman. He was 3 for 3 last night. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Struck out, tapped out to the first baseman, and lined to center. Adcock, the wind in the pitch. In there for a strike off the glove of the catcher. 0-1 the count.
Slider's been his best pitch.
Adcock looking for a perfect 7th. 0-1 pitch to Bingaman. Chopper foul, 0-2.
And aside from the at-bat by Rembert, the last 5 batters, he's only thrown 1 pitch outside the strike zone.
No balls and 2 strikes to Bingaman. The wind and the pitch. Bounced up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn right fielder. Batting .299 on the season. 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. His last home run came in Game 3 of the Missouri series, if I'm not mistaken. Turned out to be, it kind of busted that game wide open.
Yeah. A moonshot.
Home plate umpire, I think, tried to get something out of his eye. Not kidding.
Right.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Pitch on the way. Strike 3 call.
Good pitch.
And Adcock sets down Auburn in order. 3 up and 3 down. We're through 7. Kentucky leads Auburn 5-4. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Oplaca Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery, carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Garrett Brewer has thrown 28 pitches and has worked out of 2 massive jams in the 7th and the 8th to keep it a 1-run game. He will get the 9-1 and 2 hitters for Kentucky here in the 8th. The Wildcats hanging on to a 5-4 lead. Tigers won here last night in the opener of the series, 12-5. Kentucky trying to even it up tonight, leading 5-4 in the 8th. Abe Chancellor, left-hander, warming up in the Auburn pen. Brewer to face Ryan Schwartz, who's 2 for 3 on the night. He's doubled and he's homered. Stretch and the pitch home. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 91. He homered in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th, and doubled to right in the 6th. Garrett comes set in the 0-1. Missed a little bit low, 1-1 the count.
Auburn has 2 wins this year when trailing after 7. Tigers are 2-6. They're 2-5 when trailing after 8.
Brewer comes set. 1-1 to Schwartz on the way. Fly ball into center. There is Bristol Carter in right center field, makes the catch, 1 out.
Balls have jumped off the Kentucky bats tonight. 3 home runs in the game and some deep fly balls. That one jumped pretty good, just didn't have enough carry.
Auburn looking for its first Game 2 win in an SEC series this year.
Since Missouri.
Since the opening series where Auburn swept. 1 out here in the 8th, and this is Tyler Bell. 3 for 4 on the night. Switch hitter, batting right-handed, pitch to him, drops in for a strike. Homer to right in the first, singled to left in the second, fly to right in the 4th, and a bunt single in the 6th. Stretch. And the 0-1. It missed low, a ball and a strike. 5 runs on 11 hits for Kentucky, 4 runs on 8 hits for Auburn. Garrett Brewer comes set. 1-1 to Bell. Swing on a foul tip, and that got Freilich. He's taken a ball off the top of his foot while batting. A couple times he's been hit tonight on foul balls. And the home plate umpire, Jeff Wright, would like a new supply of baseballs and let Chase Freilich walk a little bit. It's been a tough weekend for catchers, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Starting catcher for Kentucky last night.
Taggart Tyson.
We understand he is available tonight, but they wanted to give him a night off after, and they took him out of the game mid-game last night. He caught a pitch in the groin and then was having trouble with his catching hand late in that, or midway through that ball game. 1-2 the count. Brewer comes set. Pitch on the way to Bell. Missed the outside corner, 2-2.
It's a 1-run ball game right now. Auburn is 5-4 this year in 1-run games.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Bell. Stretching the pitch. Ball 3 high. He went to 3-0 on Lawrence. The first batter he faced, Lawrence was able to get on. This is the first 3-ball count since then. Count is full to Bell. And Lawrence waits on deck. Stretch in the pitch. Foul tip back to the screen.
Kentucky is 1-2 in 1-run games this year.
(5-4) UK leads it. We're in the top of the 8th. 1 out, nobody on. 3-2 count to Tyler Bell, the leadoff hitter. Here comes the pitch. Chopper foul. Back to the screen. Right over the top of the Auburn on deck circle.
Kentucky is 22-0 when leading after the 7th inning. Streaks are made to be broken.
Another full count pitch to Tyler Bell from Garrett Brewer. Here it is. Line drive, base hit to right. Well, he just won that battle.
Yep, good piece of hitting. Pitch was up and in. Went the other way with it. I mean, that is the repeated chorus over and over again tonight for Kentucky. Opposite field hits.
Bell was 0 for 4 last night, 4 for 5 tonight. And now Luke Lawrence to the plate. Lawrence batted cleanup last night for Kentucky in the 2-hole tonight, and it's paid off. Reached on an error and scored in the first. A sacrifice bunt in the second, and has singled in the 4th and the 6th. Brewer comes set. Bell can run. He has 7 stolen bases. The stretch in the pitch. Fastball, strike, 92 from Brewer.
That was the 40th pitch Garrett's thrown tonight. That's the most he's thrown in a game this year.
Worked out of a jam in the 6th, worked out of a jam in the 7th. A runner at first, 1 out here in the 8th. Trying to keep it a 1-run ball game, the pitch. Swing and a miss at another fastball at 92. Stretch and a throw to first, and the runner is back.
Can't give up the inside corner, but Lawrence is right on top of the plate. He's had success with back-to-back fastballs.
Brewer comes set. Now the 0-2 to Lawrence. Foul ball off of Fralick. And I don't know where that I don't know if that got him on the catching hand.
He's looking at it
Yeah.
and flexing it. And Butch Thompson and Anthony Sanderson are out to look at him.
He's been hit a couple times in this inning. We'll get another look here. Looked like it hit the glove, but
well, you caught your hand can get turned around and the ball.
Well, and I'm wondering, and I didn't see it. I wonder if he got him with the swing as it came around, and it hit him on the back of the glove there. I'll give Fralick a chance to catch a couple right here. One. The count remains 0 balls and 2 strikes to Luke Lawrence. Runner at first, 1 down. Brewer comes set. And a throw to first again. Runner back without a tag. Looking ahead to the Auburn 8th. 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Auburn wants to keep it a 1-run game till then. Wide stance for Lawrence at the plate from the left side, right on top of the plate. Here's the stretch. And the 0-2 pitch.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Threw it to the glove, but didn't get the call. 1-2.
And that wasn't like the one before, like last inning where he was set up a couple of baseball lengths outside.
Maybe a little bit down.
Oh.
1-2 to Lawrence. And the pitch. Through the legs of the catcher, and the runner goes to second base. 2-2 the count. So a runner at second base with 1 out now. And the count goes to 2-2 to Lawrence. Bell gets his lead. The pitch to Lawrence. Got him swinging. Foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Fralick. That's the 4th strikeout for Brewer. And now 2 outs. And here is Tharnish. Brewer's had a man in scoring position in all 3 innings that he's pitched tonight. He worked out of the jam in the 6th. He worked out of the jam in the 7th. 2 outs and a runner at second base here in the 8th, and Tharnish at the plate. He is 2 for 4 on the night, and Auburn will walk him. Would rather take a chance with Hansen, who's 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, you can understand this calculated risk. And Kentucky's going to call an offensive timeout and talk about what to do. These are the coaches getting together to talk. And I wonder if they would pinch hit for Hansen here. They may.
That intentional walk by Brewer is Auburn's first walk of the night. 12 strikeouts and 1 walk right now for Auburn.
Sorry, Andy. Will Marcy has grabbed a bat, and he's going to come on to pinch hit.
Marcy is batting 154. He is 4 for 26, but he's a right-handed hitter against the lefty Brewer.
He's 2 for 16 in the league with 7 walks and only 4 strikeouts.
6'3", 200 pounds, a senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, has played at both Memphis and North Carolina State. So Hansen's night is done after 4 strikeouts. And Marcy comes on with 2 outs and runners at first and second. In a 5-4 Kentucky lead in the 8th.
Played in 13 games, 389 on base percentage.
And 2 for 16 in the SEC with 4 strikeouts. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle, 2 hops to the shortstop. Flips to Rembert, and the inning is over. Garrett Brewer. Nicely done, young man. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left. The Cats is stranded 11. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Kentucky leads Auburn 5-4. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're an Auburn fan like me and you haven't switched your phone service to War Eagle Mobile, you're passing up a slam dunk. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and War Eagle Mobile contributes to Auburn athletics with every payment you make. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to put it off another minute. Switch now to the only phone plan built for the Auburn family and on the T-Mobile 5G network. Visit wareaglemobile.com. That's wareaglemobile.com.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
Kentucky scored 3 runs in the first and 2 in the second. Since then, Auburn's pitching has been elite. Shutting out Kentucky in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and the 8th. And in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, Brewer has been magnificent working out of jams.
This game has been like a big game of Jenga. You're just one piece different.
Yeah.
One here or there and the tower falls, but somehow we've got a 1-run game.
It will be Gregorio, McCrane, and Carter for Auburn. And we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. "23 pitches on the night for Adcock in his 24th. The first pitch to Gregorio sinks low and inside.
So Adcock this year, his longest outing, 2 2/3 innings. He's gone 2 or more 3 times. 2 2/3 his longest, 36 pitches his longest.
1-0 pitch to Gregorio. Strike called on the outside corner. Logan on the night, singled in the second, singled home a run in the 4th, and was hit by a pitch in the 6th. He's raised his average to 265 tonight. Here's the pitch on the way. Strike call. A ball and 2 strikes to Gregorio. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn DH. Wind and delivery. Fouled off the left side above the Auburn dugout, off the screen and into the and beyond the photographer's well down the left side. 5-4 Kentucky. Auburn bats bottom of the 8th. A ball and 2 strikes to Auburn's DH, Logan Gregorio. A righty and Adcock to the lefty, Gregorio. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line drive on a hop to the second baseman, goes to a knee, gets up, throws to first, and got him. Nicely played by Bell at second base.
Really was. Lawrence with a full extension, the dive for the stop. It was hit well. He dove to his right and back a little bit to stop it.
1 down.
Good swing. You like the contact. You're just running out of outs.
And here's Brandon McCrane. He's been on base all 3 times. He's 2 for 2. Pitch on the way. Inside, ball 1. Auburn's last 2 leadoff men. A scalded ball to left on a line drive to Campbell off the bat of Rembert, and a terrific play by Lawrence on a hard hit ball here in the 8th by Gregorio. That bounces up there to McCrane. 2 balls and no strikes.
Adcock starting to get stretched out a little bit now. You're reaching the point to where you match the longest he's gone this year. What does he have left in the tank?
2 balls and no strikes to McCrane. Top of the order, and Carter on deck. Whew. Strike on the inside corner, 2-1. One out, nobody on for Auburn, bottom of the 8th. Adcock, the wind and the pitch. Popped it up. Right side of the infield. First baseman underneath this one, 2 outs.
Off-speed pitch was up, and McCrane tried to slow down an early swing and was underneath it.
And it's Bristol Carter with 2 outs and nobody on.
7 in a row retired by Adcock.
Yeah. After the intentional walk to Fralick,
which followed a bunt attempt by Carter that just didn't get out far in front of the plate.
Carter at the plate with 2 outs. The pitch swings and pops up the first pitch back here. Will it get out of play? It does. 0-1 to Bristol. Fly to center, popped to third, walked, and a fielder's choice on a bunt attempt in the 6th. Kentucky's out-hit Auburn tonight, 12-8, leads it 5-4. 0-1 to Bristol Carter. Here's the wind and the pitch. Chopper to the shortstop. 2 hops, charges, fields, and throws, and got him. And Auburn goes quietly in the 8th. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the 9th. Kentucky guards a 5-4 lead. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
Pitch driven deep right field. That ball is back. That ball is gone. It's a home run. It's a walk-off home run for Stephen Williams. A long, deep home run to right field by Stephen Williams on an 0-2 pitch.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment. This is your home for Auburn baseball. The Auburn Sports Network.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
We go to the 9th. Kentucky on top 5-4. The Cats had a 5-0 lead coming out of the 2nd. That has held up as we go to the 9th inning. Tyler Cerny, Scott Campbell, and Caden Cloud, the scheduled 3, to face Garrett Brewer, who has thrown 47 pitches. He's back out there for Auburn in the 9th. Tigers won here last night 12-5. Kentucky leads 5-4 in the top of the 9th tonight. Game 3 of this series set for tomorrow afternoon at 2. Our coverage on the Auburn Sports Network begins at 1:45. Stretch by Brewer, the pitch to Cerny. Drops low, an appeal to first, and he didn't go. Cerny, a 2-run triple in the first inning. Came with 1 out. Stretch in the 1-0 pitch. Ball too high.
52 pitches now for Brewer. And I mean, this is 15 more than he's thrown in an outing this year. He has been valiant and tough tonight.
Now the 2-0 to Cerny. Off the end of the bat into center. Back goes the center fielder. And Carter makes the catch and bangs into the center field wall.
Just a measured pace on his run back toward the wall. He knew the ballpark, knew how much room he had, tracked it, ran it down.
Glad he did.
Yeah.
Because that ball had some carry to it. 1 out. And here is Campbell. Campbell is 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts on the night. Brewer comes set. Here's the pitch. Strike call. At the very least, Garrett Brewer's outing tonight has been highly encouraging for this left-hander. With Auburn moving forward. I mean,
yeah.
0-1. Chopper foul at the plate, 0-2.
Yeah, for him, it gets a little confidence back after a couple of rocky outings in a row. And then tactically, Jackson Sanders is now available tomorrow with Petrovic again, as he was a week ago.
0-2 the count to Campbell. Brewer comes set in the pitch. Missed high. Well high. 1-2 the count.
Couple of overthrows this inning as he tries to finish strong.
Lefty comes set. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging with a fastball at 91 on the inside corner. His 5th strikeout tonight. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. On the night, the Tiger pitchers.
13 strikeouts.
And 1 walk, and it was an intentional walk.
Yeah.
2 down, nobody on. Here's Caden Cloud, who's 0 for 4. A couple strikeouts sandwiched around a couple fly balls to right. Stretch and delivery. Out in front, swing and a miss.
Now, Auburn has thrown, the pitchers have thrown almost 70 or right around 70% strikes tonight.
2 outs and nobody on for UK. 0-1 the count to Cloud. Stretching the pitch from Brewer. Swing and a miss, again out in front. 81 on the last 2 pitches. 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up for Auburn in the bottom of the 9th. Got to get there, though. 0-2 to Cloud. Brewer comes set. Here's the pitch. Bounced it up there. Blocked by Freilich. 1-2 the count. What Kulik and Brewer have done tonight for Auburn is set up tomorrow.
Right.
In addition to keep you in this ball game
That's
tonight.
what I was saying. Tactically, you get a lot for Brewer, but also for tomorrow's game.
Brewer comes set. 1-2 to Caden Cloud. Here it is. Got him swinging. 6 strikeouts tonight for Brewer. And that Auburn dugout reacts. Garrett Brewer, magnificent for Auburn. 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up for Auburn in the bottom of the 9th. Kentucky leads it 5-4. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Bottom half of the 9th, 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Auburn. Tigers trail 5-4. Auburn baseball brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. With their spacious cancer center, patients can make cancer a distant memory instead of a distant drive. That's why East Alabama Health is Auburn's home field advantage. Niall Adcock has done a tremendous job for Kentucky tonight, like Garrett Brewer did for Auburn. Adcock came in, a fielder's choice, and then an intentional walk, and since then has set down 8 in a row. He gets the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Auburn here in the 9th. Second look for Freilich, Guevara, and Terrell against Niall Adcock. 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 11 men left on base for Kentucky. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, and 9 men left on for Auburn. Freilich will lead it off. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Here's the wind and the pitch. Missed the outside corner, ball 1. That was the 35th pitch thrown by Niall Adcock. Stretch in the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, playing up the middle. Fields and throws to first. Bell to Cerny for the out. And that's 9 in a row set down by Adcock. 1 down for Guevara. Kentucky scored 3 in the first and 2 in the second. The 2 runs in the second were home runs on back-to-back pitches. They haven't scored since, but it has held up till now. 1 out in the 9th, the pitch to Guevara. Right down the middle, it's a strike. 84 on the off-speed delivery to Eric. 9 in a row set down by Adcock. 1 out, bottom of the 9th, nobody on for Auburn, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Pitch diving down, 0-2. And I believe Guevara has called timeout to step out of the box. Kind of break up the rhythm of Niall Adcock. Outfield plays straight away with Guevara at the plate. Infield back. The third baseman, Cloud, guards the line. Quickly 0-2 to Eric Guevara. Wind and the pitch. Just missed inside, a ball and 2 strikes. Kentucky thought it had a strikeout. A ball and 2 strikes to Guevara. 5-4 Kentucky, bottom of the 9th, the pitch. Chopper to the shortstop, has to charge. He fields, he throws, he's safe. The tying run is aboard for Auburn. It was not hit hard, it was topped. A couple hops out to Bell at shortstop. His throw to first was not in time, and Auburn now will pinch run for Guevara. Ty Thompson will come in to run for Guevara. And that snaps a string of 9 in a row set down by Adcock. So Thompson at first now after the infield single by Guevara, his second hit of the night. And here's Bob Terrell. Doubled and scored in the 5th. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Thompson gets his lead at first, a throw over. And he is back. They play in front of him. Bob with 6 homers, 20 runs batted in on the season. Adcock off the stretch. And the pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Off-speed delivery at 85. This is the left-hander Terrell against the right-hander Adcock. Thompson gets his lead at first. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Bob way out in front on an 81-mile-an-hour pitch down and in. Count is even at a ball and a strike. They play deep in the outfield now. Right fielder Marcy is right at the edge of the warning track. Here's the 1-1. Inside. Hit him. Hit him. And now the potential winning run on base for Auburn. Thompson down to second base. Terrell to first. 1 out in the inning, and this is Rembert. 2 for 4 on the night. Drove home a couple runs in the 5th. Singled and scored in the 4th. He's lined to left, and he's grounded to short. And that will bring the pitching coach out for Kentucky, Dan Roselle. there is activity in the pen for Kentucky. Meeting on the mound continues, the entire infield and the pitching coach. And now the home plate umpire, Jeff Wright, is out. Ball game that's 3 hours and 15 minutes old. Kentucky jumped out to a 5-0 lead. Auburn scored 4 runs in the middle innings and now has runners at first and second with 1 out in the 9th. And Chris Rembert at the plate, preseason All-American second baseman. Third baseman Cloud guards the line. And the first pitch from Adcock to Rembert. Here it is. He held up, pitch missed down. They'll appeal to first. He did not go. 1-0 the count to Rembert. Right-hander against the right-hander right here. Thompson blazing speed at second. Terrell good speed at first if Chris can find a gap somewhere. Here's the stretch, the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Much of this big crowd has hung around for this 9th inning, hoping for heroics for the Tigers in the bottom of the 9th. Thompson gets his lead at second, and Terrell from first. Now the 2-0 pitch to Rembert. Here it is. Swing, drive, deep to right. Marcy back at the track, makes the catch at the track. Thompson will tag, he'll go to third. Terrell back to the bag at first. And now 2 outs. Rembert went the opposite way and Marcy tracked it down in front of the K corner out there. And now it will take some 2-out heroics from Eddie Madrigal here in the 9th. 0 for 4 tonight. Has lined to center, flied to center, lined to center, and grounded out to first. Thompson at third and Terrell at first. 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. They will hold Terrell at first base. And now Adcock steps off and the catcher comes out. There will be a meeting on the mound. I don't know if he was waiting to see if they were going to hold the runner at first. But we'll get a meeting on the mound right now for Kentucky. A ground out by Fralick to open the inning. An infield single by Guevara. Thompson came in to run for him. Terrell was hit by a pitch. Chris Rembert on a 2-0 pitch flied it deep to right to the warning track. It was run down by Marcy. Thompson tagged and went to third on the play. And now as the meeting on the mound breaks up, head coach Nick Mingione is out, and likely that means a pitching change for Kentucky. And it's likely going to be a left-hander. Well, we'll just wait and see. It is a new pitcher. It is a pitching change, a pepper tree pitching change for Kentucky. A left-hander. Leighton Harris is on in this pepper tree pitching change for UK.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Number 45, Leighton Harris, is on for Kentucky. Left-handed sophomore, 6'3", 220. He's from Lexington, Kentucky, and Frederick Douglass High School. No record on the year, an ERA of 7.36. This will be his 13th appearance, which ties, or was his second now, for appearances this season for Kentucky. 11 innings, 11 runs, 9 earned on 12 hits. Has struck out 8, walked 9, given up 2 homers, and opponents are hitting .293 against Leighton Harris. No record in the SEC, an ERA of 6.75. The left-hander making his 6th relief appearance in the league, 4 innings, 5 runs, 3 earned on 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. He has given up one SEC home run and the league, hitting .333 against left-hander Leighton Harris. And Auburn, I think, will counter now and will go with a switch hitter. Lucas Steele coming to the plate, and he will bat right-handed against the lefty Leighton Harris. So Kentucky goes to a left-hander to face the lefty Madrigal, and Auburn goes to its bench and brings Lucas Steele in to bat against the left-hander Leighton Harris. Good outing for Adcock, to be sure. Niles, 3 2/3 innings, gave up no runs on a hit, a couple strikeouts and a walk. He is responsible for the runners on. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Runners at first and third for Auburn. At third, the speedster Ty Thompson. Bub Terrell with good wheels at first, and Lucas Steele at the plate for Auburn. Batting .185 on the season. He's 10 for 54, a homer, and 8 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting right-handed against the left-hander Leighton Harris. Lucas batting .263 with 2 outs in an inning. Pitch on the way. Swings and drives it into center. Off the end of the bat, Tharnish is there, and the game is over. Kentucky wins it. They hold on to beat the Tigers by a score of 5-4. Steele jumped on the first pitch. He hit it off the end of the bat, and Tharnish came in to make the catch, and Kentucky wins it. Final score tonight, Kentucky 5, Auburn 4. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it.